armlet build, because that's not really the case, but it was at a time that people weren't really going armlet on Kunkka.
Yeah.
He started going for this combat build and just making tons of moves around the map, playing a lot faster than most other players.
It's just so good here as well against the Drow. If he goes for that armlet or just rushed halberd build specifically, you disarm the Drow, the damage output of EG disintegrates, and in addition, your mid game is just so strong with the X and the boat.
I think one more thing is that damage reduction is always really strong against, minus armor, or in this case, Drow Ranger ignoring armor. You want to be able to tank up somehow, and I think this is a great way to do it.
Yep. I like the Willow still. We haven't really discussed it, but this is just massive team fight, right? Crit also, he's on one of his favorite heroes, and he gets an opportunity to potentially ball out. Yes, Manta, you can't Manta out of everything. That's the thing. You have Pit to deal with, you have Tree and Root, now you're going to have the Willow. If you land the Bramble into the ultimate, it is a ton of burst magical damage, which is excellent at taking out a hero like Enchantress, although as we said, it could possibly be a 5 secret. Running out of time here, have to decide which hero is Zai's.
I really like the look of a Batrider, honestly. I think it's really good. What carry can you even, or what mid hero it would be, right? Like, Batrider would have a good lane no matter what. It's against Treant, Drow, Willow, and Underlord. 4 heroes that I would say it's pretty good against in side lanes. If you pick any mid hero that is good against Batrider, what mid hero can you get that is good against Bat and Pio in the game, and that also deals with Kunkka? I think that would be a really solid pickup. But I guess it doesn't have the best track record in this series.
Yeah, and sometimes, right, you just see it lose, and you're like, is it good?
Whatever.
Yeah, you question yourself, right? Both teams all the way down, by the way. Every single second used. They do the bat. Good call, Sin.
That's good.
Do you Viper here if you're EG, perhaps?
You got a classic Viper versus melee matchup. Maelstrom's really strong.
Good.
I could see
Emperor and Storm.
Clop, perhaps?
Flop against Kunkka?
I'm not sure. It depends. I think you want a playmaker that's mobile, but at the same time, you don't really have any hero that wants to be lassoed. I think perhaps Underlord, it's like, you can go the Viper archetype, or you can go for something that Abed can style on.
I mean, you want a Maelstrom hero, I think, right? I don't know if you have enough answers to Phantomlancer otherwise.
They do the Viper. It's a good pick.
Okay.
That's good.
It's just that Secret have way more potential to make plays around the map.
But, and on the other side, right, EG, if it is a 5-on-5 fight, they probably have the answers. So we are going to see a little bit of tit for tat, I think.
Yeah.
That's the way we want it.
It is, absolutely. It's game freaking 5.
It's game freaking 5. Guaranteed final game of the series. After this game, we will have our major champion. So for the last time, make some noise, guys. Grand final, game 5. Here we go. Let's go, baby.
To deal with it, in particular this Underlord. It did seem to be one of the better solutions at dealing with that Phantom Lancer. But we'll be able to see also, we have another intriguing pick too, is the Crit Dark Willow. You were, of course, already highlighted that one for a second there, but yeah, he is playing his master tier Dark Willow, so I'm sure Rich is very happy somewhere in the crowd.
I'm sure he is. I mean, and Crit, literally one of, if not the best Dark Willow in the game of Dota 2 right now. And bringing it back here for this incredible finish to this best of 5 grand finals. We'll see if it's going to be enough, because I imagine looking at this lineup, you would imagine that there's pressure on EG to play this quite fast, right? I can't imagine. You don't want to try and scale this down against a PL, do you?
Oh, I'm sorry, I just got distracted by Yapsor's play there, walking in to check the ward, and then Abed placed it right afterwards. I don't think you do want to. I think you're saying about taking it late to the PL. I don't think so. I think EG does want to play a pretty fast pace when they are playing with Viper and Drow versus this illusion-based hero. Even if they can itemize versus it, they want to get a good advantage into that mid game, and they do have a lot of team fight coming in. But yeah, about that little mid play, Yapsor walked into the spot that where you check, where you can tell if they do have a lane ward. It wasn't placed just yet, and then the Viper placed it right afterwards. So that was very unlikely to get dewarded in the mid lane.
And that mid lane will definitely be an interesting one to watch. You imagine on the early levels, it's not going to be too easy for the Kunkka. A lot of pressure will be there from Abed's Viper. Nisha, he's just got to play it safe. Make sure that he doesn't feed early on. He's going to be able to quickly clean up neutral camps. But the beginning of this matchup, it is going to be rough for Nisha.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just going to constantly get hit. You see those 5 stacks already built up of poison attack. Abed constantly to do
He's
so.
taking a lot here, Nisha. He is. He's just dead and gone. That's first blood. Crypt will pick it up. Maybe they could get Abed in return. They do.
Okay.
So they get the trade, but it is first blood for EG.
Both of them were trying to play around, and I think this is what we come to expect already from the last 4 games that we've seen. The 4 positions are going to influence that mid lane a lot in this game.
I mean, it's just an interesting play to be made for Nisha. I guess he sort of accepts that in this matchup, he is going to die. So the least he can do is make sure that when he does die, it's not him running away. It is him getting in there and at least getting a trade kill with the backup of his teammates.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe get the level 2 a little bit faster so he gets that torrent play on top of the toss, but it didn't just quite happen as Abed just got too much damage stacked up on him. Crit, moving it again.
Gonna make another move with the Bramble. That little bit of setup allowing Abed to continue laying down Crit. He's hit 2. The Curse Crown is there on to Nisha. He pops the fair fire, but they're in. They'll kill him again. Can Yapsor set up any sort of trades? The courier also being sniped away from Yapsor. Abed does fall as Yapsor at least able to get a look in. So again, this mid matchup continues to be chaos. We are seeing each time Nisha is the first core to fall out of the 2 of them, but Secret, they're getting some trade kills, and Yapsor is getting some good amounts of XP because of it.
Yeah, he actually was still only level 1, even though he got that kill there. Now it's a Yapsor versus Crit 1v1 in the mid lane for a moment, as the 2 actual mid laners have to run back since their TPs are on cooldown because of the battling. This is a crazy start already, having a 2v2 pretty much in the mid lane because of it.
And I really feel this is just an interesting approach from Secret. I think a lot of the times you'll see this matchup being left to as it is, and the Viper will just purely dominate the Kunkka. Sure, they're getting the kills on the Kunkka, but he's able to sort of equalize what both teams are getting out of it because he's playing aggressive and they are going for the trade kills, making sure that every time Abed gets a kill, it costs him his life.
I mean, look at these 2. They're actually just standing there, still just positioned around that mid lane. Yapsor has to be sure not to sap too much experience since he's already level 3 and Nisha's only level 2 in comparison.
Yeah, when Ahmed hits the 3, that's when this suddenly becomes a lot harder to get the kills in trade, because with that additional damage from the poison attack, you just die that much faster as it starts to get layered up upon you.
Yeah, that doubled up damage really does make quite a big difference when you hit that level 3. And I mean, Crit, he's level 3 as well, so a lot of kill potential that comes out from the Willow when you hit 3 on top of having your Curse Crown plus Bramble. You do have that additional from Shadow Realm. We've seen top, we haven't really looked and paid much attention to it because it's not really a whole lot of fun to watch Ramses suffer and try to attempt to get some creeps, but we will be able to watch Zai suffer and die, and he gives us an affirmative.
Poppy trying to push him away, but he'll be able to drag the wave around. Oh, another bit of harassment here. Crit's going to leave with the Curse Crown, allow Abed to start to build up the poison attack once more. Tossback is there, dragging Crit underneath the tower. Nisha's going to go for the TP out. Bramble catches Crit. Perfect positioning. Holds back the Kunkka, and this time they'll get that kill, and they won't have to lose Abed for it.
Give him the tip as well, so he can feel that pain. But yeah, Crit, it's literally just 2 heroes sitting in the mid lane. So looking at the side lanes really quick, both of them are free farming. It is still 24-11 on the PL and 24-7 on the Drow Ranger, so still even in those matchups. But yeah, Crit being the big winner here, as he's also able to move to the side during this and actually stack up, I believe, both camps for that Viper.
The slow walk back to lane, of course, once again for Nisha to be made.
He can't lane now, though. Versus a Viper, at this point, he has to just, I don't know, like, kind of jungle in a way, which is really awkward, as Abed is already level 4 and change.
On down bottom, Doing a good job of staying on top of Zai here. He's trying his best to slow them with the sticky napalm. The Firefly will end soon. Arteezy going to get another Frost Arrow in top lane. Puppey with his army of creeps. He gets the kill alone. Taking down with the Golems and the Hellbear Smash, and that'll do it. Back towards mid. Zai going for the TP out. They've got no cancel, so Zai will escape and has drawn Arteezy a long way away from his creep wave. He will TP straight back down bottom, but he had already lost some of it to the push of his own wave.
He only lost a couple, actually. He lost, I think, like, what, 3 creeps, and then he missed one of that additional wave, so 4 creeps total. As you see, the PL just pulls a little bit ahead of him. Not the most time lost for him. And EG looks like they will at least claim 3 of the bounty runes for themselves as well. And yeah, Nisha's just jungling, so he does have a stack for himself at least available, but that's pretty devastating as your Kunkka starting out already this early. I guess YapzOr is now just going to be the mid solo Tiny at this point. So we'll probably see EG look to make some aggressive moves onto this Tiny, and maybe even look to find Nisha in the jungle, maybe even just a ward to watch where he is going to be.
I mean, if Crit gets any sort of control, YapzOr is going to be in a whole lot of trouble. He does his best to juke out the Bramble, and that will keep him safe. Back to the tier 2 he goes. Fly's also here to make the move onto Nisha, as Nisha will be held back. Actually, Nisha maybe looking for the setup to turn things around. Exma into the combo of himself and YapzOr, that'll do it. They punish EG for trying to poke at the mid lane.
It is a very high level Tiny at this point in the game, already level 4.5, so he does have that extra damage that comes from the combo. And Nisha is very thankful to get any type of comeback that will come his way. And he's just continuing to stack. He stacks some jungle camps and he's able to farm decently, so it's actually not that bad. He's keeping a decent pace, at least in gold, to the Viper. It's pretty much even. Levels, he's a little bit behind, but that's just fine for Team Secret at the moment. Well, like we said, both side lanes, both of those offlaners are suffering. Pretty much same level though, level 4.
Yeah, very even action really up and down the map. Both carries, free farm indeed, Matu and Arteezy. Just Matu with a slight lead. He's been able to make better usage of the pulls towards the neutrals, so he has that edge. And it really sort of, you know, you've got to sort of pick your poison. Which one is going to be scarier coming into that mid game? Will it be the free farm PL or the free farm Drow?
It's just depending on what EG can make of it. Once this Drow is starting to get online, once their lineup all starts to get together for them to group up and be able to push, will they be able to keep that push going to not allow Secret to just farm up on this PL? Because PL, like we said, this hero can become the king in this game. Although he is versus some, like we said, some counters. The Viper, Nether Toxin can be a little annoying at times. It's not the best because it's hard to keep him inside of it, but they have Underlord and they have a Willow, so they have a lot of different ways of controlling the PL. Rotation, YapzOr, level 4, Ramsey's very low.
Well, they're hunting. They're diving deep for this doppelganger in to clean the trees out. There's TP backup coming through. Matu instantly TP's out. There's nothing to cancel it. So Matu can retreat. YapzOr, he's going to try for the TP himself. The Curse Crown, it won't hit him in time. YapzOr's there, instantly TPs to make sure that he's out before the Curse Crown procs.
Very heads up play by him there. Couldn't wait any more time for him to do so, otherwise he would have likely gone down. Zai.
He's getting aggressive. A TP over from Ramses will come in. He's a little low on the mana though, Ramses, and Zai.
5 seconds on Firefly.
It's a lot of napalm onto Arteezy. Abed was in the jungle and he can now turn. They turn with a multi-shot and shoot Zai down. A dive too far. He was not ready for the movement from the Viper. I guess he forgot about the fact that Abed, he's just been sitting in that whole jungle area, and it's very easy for Abed to sort of take a moment to step away and help out his carry.
He would have had to dive pretty hard under a tier 2 as well versus a Drow. Maybe would have gotten the kill, but probably would have died himself anyway.
A bit of a dive, but this time they're going on Ramses, and Ramses, he's got all his friends here to back him up. The multi-shot cleans out the illusions. Matu, he's got. Not the ideal move for him to make. He was having free farm to start this game off. He comes down to the bottom lane and ends up handing his life to Arteezy.
Maybe not expecting all the rotations to come out from EG, but yeah, gets punished, and Arteezy, like you said, he gets the kill. Very important for him. YapzOr, as well as Zai, they're going to go on Fly here in the meantime. Fly will be able to survive with those stick charges with the backup of Ramses' Firestorm. EG making very heads-up plays. Somehow Secret, though, still having that gold lead slightly.
Nisha keeping himself to the jungle, has phase boots done, and with that Iron Talon, he's able to work for creeps at quite the rate. Abed, though, the stacks have been made, and his farm will slowly catch up to that of Nisha's.
Yeah, this is what I was mentioning earlier about the Willow crit. He was able to not only help the mid lane, but also ensure that he'd get a couple stacks in the jungle for that Viper. Always nice playing a support, as we always say. You stack those camps, you get a lot of gold actually coming back for yourself as a 4 position, so it's always worth stacking for your mid laner.
And both supports, I mean, they're loving life in the mid lane.
They really are.
Puppey and Crit, they really have become the two new mid lanes this game. As Puppey hits the level 6 nice and early because of this one.
Yeah, he was like, you know what, yep, so you've got your level 4, your level 5, just go. You go make plays, I take the farm now.
10-minute runes coming up and the outpost. We'll see EG start to bring the three of them down bottom to secure these 2 runes and the objective.
Are they going to bring Nisha to try to contest one of them? They are. They're going to bring Nisha bottom to try to help out.
Zai's already dead though. He leads him with a Firefly. Arteezy just, again, stands his ground, shoots him down and is able to cover Fly and kill off the Batrider. They'll look towards Crit instead. The full combo being used, dragging him back into the boat. They'll bring him down.
We'll force a 1-for-1 exchange, at least on those outposts, but Nisha looked like he prioritized just killing Crit instead, for good reason. It was a very high-level Willow, as we've been mentioning, level 6 early on without even eating the tome. So Nisha already jumps up to level 8, and yeah, both teams do get one of those outposts.
Now back for another bit of a look in on mid. Abed knows that with these sort of moves down bottom being made by Secret, he's safe to show himself in that mid lane. Nisha continue to stay down here, shoving the wave in. Doesn't look like they'll go for any sort of pressure onto the tier 1 tower. Just some space for Yapzor to reclaim the outpost for himself. Crit's going to TP over, see if they can set up something with Fly. As they've got to be careful, Yapzor, on showing himself down on this bottom lane whilst there's so many members of Evil Geniuses around. He's going to come back into the lane. EG, they'll start to head back towards him. At the same time, I guess they're just focusing on making sure their cores are farming fine, and with the top lane forced in on Ramses, he can start to soak up another wave or so, get himself back in the game, as he did have a slow start on that off lane, but he is now slowly finding the farm. As him and Zai, it's still a lot of catch up. Zai actually coming up here with his level 7. He may even look to do something against this Underlord. He needs a bit of damage output, and Matsu, he'll be able to provide that. They come in, they move forward, and that invis setup sets up a big kill. Zai and Ramses have been suffering for pretty much the whole game, and Zai makes sure that Ramses is just suffering a little bit more than him.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see Zai look to make a lot more aggressive moves than we did see Ramses in that last time. I think it's a lot more natural for him to be able to versus some of these heroes, in particular the Tree, the Underlord. Batrider very good at versus both these heroes to just get on top of them, and I mean they die very quick to all this magic damage. See the PL immediately make the move away out of top lane as EG starts to focus more up there, going for that Yasha build as we tend to see, going just for that straight farm in the jungle build rather than look to get involved too early on. And it will be a straight halberd, of course, on Nisha. Playing versus 2 ranged carries makes a lot of sense. And he's look how well he's done. He's 1,000 gold above Abed on the Viper because of those rotations he's been able to make.
On top lane, EG, they'll start to group up and go for objectives. As the Drow Viper lineup, they know that this sort of early point of the game is still a time where Secret will not turn up to defend these outer towers.
Yep, and Secret can actually look to make the same trade.
And an avalanche in the trees from Yapzor.
Wow.
Actually cancelled the TP out of Fly. They'll set up for the kill on this one, and they'll just surely take it. He's trying to juke it out, but Zai's got the vision on him.
Puppey looks like he's trying to get some type of trade in the mid lane. He continues to hit this tower with his max level enchant, that creep that we talked about last game.
Again, sweet moves around the Bramble Maze. Still not enough to get away from the initial bit of poison, but far enough away that they won't continue to chase. Top, Arteezy's trying to push back Nisha, but he's already got the setup. Ramses takes the boat to the face. Yapzor's combo finishes him off.
Secret's really starting to ramp things up. A 4K gold advantage in no time as they're just, it looks like there's a much easier way for them to actually make moves. Yapzor, 3-0-3. He almost has a Blink Dagger again. Same time as last game. He's going to have it pretty much at that 14-minute mark. And there's a lot of squishy heroes on the enemy line.
Oh, yeah. I mean, having these sort of item timings against this Drow and Viper heroes that do not deal well with you getting on top of them this early. This is a very, very tough beginning for EG. This Drow and Viper core, it's going to struggle to really get things going back their way. A Secret can stay ahead. Matsu's farm is getting out of control. This PL, without a doubt, is going to be a huge problem for Evil Geniuses this game.
Absolutely. And as we were talking about Zai wanting to be more active, he's queued up a Blink Dagger, so he wants to look to get involved. I think this is the right move by EG, though. I think they're recognizing if they do group up and go for these tower pushes, it's going to be pretty hard for Secret to actually turn it. They do bring Nisha now, though, as Crit is able to get his Shadow Realm off. Can't get X during that.
And they really are grouping up, but already on the back of it.
Oh, he pulled him onto the high ground.
He's able to clip Fly. He's going to be stuck here. They'll slowly bring him down, stacking up the napalm. And that means that Fly will suffer a slow and painful death on the cliff. 6K lead for Secret. This game continuing to slip out of EG's realm.
They're telling Arteezy to go top 2 to split, push the waves a bit so that they can actually make sure that he stays farm, because during all this, Secret, they're responding with like 3 or 4 heroes. And like you said, PL, Matumba Man getting all the space in the world. He's got almost finished up the Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, just about 300 gold and the Diffusal Blade will be done.
That is terrifying to have a Viper as well as like, all these heroes you have no interest in playing versus such an early Diffusal Blade on a Phantom Lancer. The Underlord, you have ways to deal with it with your AoE, but your mana is very limited this early in the game.
Yeah, you just had such a slow start on the off lane. It's very hard for Ramses to really turn up to the fights without them just focusing him and killing him off to start with.
Yeah, and it feels, again, I was mentioning in the last game, it feels just like these limited movements for EG to actually make. They have no ways of just initiating and starting these fights just straight up. They have to kind of just like walk in with the Willow to really force any type of action, while Secrets is just a lot more natural. They have a Tiny who, he has such an early Blink Dagger, and he also just walks in and can naturally make plays. Same thing with the Kunkka, and they're starting to roll with it. Everybody's farming. Look at this. The Enchantress as well has now surpassed Zai as well as YapzOr net worth. I mean, Puppey has a Glimmer Cape, and he's on his way toward a 4-staff. He's just playing the farm game.
And every minute that passes, Secret, they're just farming that much better than EG's heroes are.
Yep.
An 8K lead, and EG, they've got to get something done. Otherwise, this game is just going to slip further and further away from any possibility of them having the lead.
Yep, and immediately look at top. Kurt, he's getting found already, and that's a quick, easy kill for Zai as well as Nisha.
They're just letting heroes go on EG. Secret a step ahead each and every time in this match.
And look at this, like we were talking about Puppey again, he just continues to farm with his creep. Look how much, 97 damage on a range creep. He's last hitting with it constantly, and he's applying pressure onto the lane as well because of it, keeping YapzOr near him too. They get this Tinker ward. Actually, I'm actually going to call this now a tree ward. This is a tree and protector ward, because we don't see Tinker, we see tree every game, and trees always play in the sides there. So yeah, this tree ward will be able to spot Fly as soon as he walks up.
He gets tossed back into the hands of Puppey. He's trying to get the ults off. He won't even get the chance to. As Fly falls, Arteezy looks to try and lead him with the gust, but they're out of range of it.
They're farming they're showing and farming in all 3 lanes on the side of Secret. EG cannot punish it at all at the moment. This is devastating right now.
It's terrifying for Evil Genius. Again, Matumba Man, you know he's going to be quietly smiling in that booth. He is just having all the space. We saw what he did with that sort of farm in last game. This game on his PL, they already struggle with answers. Maybe if it was even they got good means to deal with it. But as they fall further and further behind, dealing with this Phantom Lancer is going to become something that they just don't have the tools to do.
Yeah, absolutely. He's level 15. Found himself 2 very nice neutral items as well, the Vampire Fangs and the Pupil's Gift. So he's tanky. He can show up to fights, but he doesn't have to. He can just finish up this Manta style he's about to have.
Right. He's trying to set up for some potential kills. They use the overgrowth on Puppey. They're in with the magical damage. Puppey will fall. YapzOr hides in the trees. Doesn't look like they're aware that he was still around here. So with another blink away and a TP, YapzOr will escape, meaning only Puppey is lost. Just continual outmaneuvers from Secret.
Yep.
EG just cannot get any sort of flow going.
No, and they're getting so much farm on the 2 cores that really matter the most on the side of Secret. But I say the 2 cores that matter the most because the supports are also farming super well. Let's see if they can try to pick up something here.
Well, they do have the fear back, and they've got the damage. Vipers in town. Arbev will be able to offer up what's required.
Okay, and now Crit, with this kill, he actually finishes up his Yule. So this is one of those playmaking items that allows the Willow to get a little bit more active, as you can just, Curse Crown Yules, you set up that Bramble Maze under, and then you can look to really be much more active in comparison to a Tiny. Deny coming out from YapzOr. But a full Manta. It's time for Matu to join and have some team.
They're going to see this Pilliel show up, and they are going to wonder where it all kind of went wrong, or maybe not. Into the silence, they do a good job of taking him down to half, but he gets the chance to doppel out.
All of EG shows up to back up to protect the Underlord there. Meanwhile, Puppey continues to farm with a range creep bottom. Stops for the moment.
And this is just the problem between the Manta, the Doppelganger, the buff up from the Kunkka's Rum, even the heal close by from the Enchantress. It's just so much for EG to fight through. They have to try and find the cause of Secret alone, but with the way that Secret's been playing in some of these games, Secret, they just don't make those sort of mistakes. It's very unlikely for Matuma Man to be out in a position where EG can find him miles away from any sort of backup. Matuma Man, the way that he moves across the map is in such a fashion that he's never alone.
Nisha, he might be a little bit alone here, but he does have some backup on the high ground. His boat is still on cooldown, over 15 seconds.
He's able to use the halberd on halberd, slow down the damage, and now Yapso, he's jumping in with a big hit to Ramses. Ramses already falling low. They're still trying to kill off Nisha, but Nisha, he could just step away from pretty much the entire squad of EG.
They can't even get him when he was on the low ground there. He doesn't even have boat during all that, and they still weren't able to because of that halberd disarm and the backup.
And you know the Secret is still very ready to poke at this, and Lance out on a Ramses.
They also are able to keep control of both of those outposts, so deny that XP from EG, and EG is in a fully defensive stance at the moment as Secret running the show. Now that Blink is picked up on the Batrider on top of those boots of travel. They have many more ways to now initiate. See if Crit can make another play here with this clumsy net.
See, they have got Arteezy around, and with that, they will have the damage, and these sort of small openings are exactly what EG has to find. They do end up losing fly on the other half of the map as Yapso is able to dive in.
It's the battle.
Grab on him.
It's this battle of the four positions, right? You see 6-2-1 on Crit, Yapsar 5-0-3, just looking to constantly make plays all over the map. But Secret they're coming out still so much more ahead of it. Still a 10k gold advantage. EG's not slowing it down at all.
Little things though. At least Arbed, he does find the dream item. He gets the Grove Bow, Viper. And they
will
do
also
find Yapso.
find Yapso here.
Yapso, he's going to be left behind, so another kill for EG to pick up.
That's a kill streak as well, going to Ramses.
Still that big core remains. Matuma Man, the problem that EG have yet to be able to do anything about in this match. And that problem that just continues to grow at a rate that EG's course, they cannot keep up with the farm. You're seeing a huge drop-off and difference. Yeah, Arteezy, he's there at the top for the team, but even Ramses, he's slipping back behind. The jump's there, Ramses, he's surrounded, Matsu gets on top of him, and the Underlord dies in seconds, and they're even trying to move on for more Secret. See if they can catch another, pushing them back, they'll get a courier. Fly is able to escape in the trees, but they have to just get out of there. Any time that Ramses shows himself, Secret, they kill him so easily right now. His game has been utterly shut down.
Yeah, and he's gone for the hood into the pipe build, which he needs this game because the magic damage that comes out in particular from Tiny and from Batrider, but then you're gonna have to deal with a lot of other things, the illusions that are gonna start hurting you a lot. You need a Crimson Guard in this game, but then also you have Impetus. This is a 5-position, quote unquote, I want to say 5-position Enchantress by Puppey, but he's gonna be dishing out a lot of damage in this game as he's actually gonna be having more net worth or equivalent net worth as the Viper pretty soon. So he is a force to be reckoned with as well that you can't actually mitigate too well since it's pure damage on that Impetus versus an Underlord.
And despite sort of the speed that Secret is playing at, EG, they still have some of these key points on the map. They still hold on to the tier 1 mid. Fly's been doing a good job of keeping it at full health with the living armor. And Secret have yet to sort of push in and look to take that, which is kind of interesting. 23 minutes in, they've got a 13k lead, but they haven't taken the mid tower.
EG's they've been very focused on that mid tower especially. Just constantly having the Underlord parked between there and with the tree as well. They could look to make that move pretty soon, though, as they do still have their lasso available again, so he can look to jump and pull people out of position away from that tower. Yeah, it's increasing. It's just increasing more and more for Secret. That PL, the Kunkka as well, farming a crazy amount. And you mentioned a little bit of luck for the Viper to get that Grove Ball. We didn't point out, but it was an Imp Claw picked up for the Kunkka, one of the better pickups for him. And now he has a full BKB on top. So he was having a little bit of problems maybe if he gets caught inside of a pit or caught by the Willow. Now, how do you bring down this man?
And this game has just sort of fallen into the same way that we've seen Secret take the other two games that they did this series, where they've been able to push EG into a position where EG feel that they're forced to play the farm game, but the truth of the matter is, their heroes, they just do not farm as well as Secrets do. So they're just playing a losing game at the moment.
Yeah, and Drow is not going to be getting stronger at this point versus a PL, because if you look at Arteezy's itemization, he's feeling like he actually has to go for a BKB in this game because the ways they have to get on top of him in the backlines, be it from the Tiny, be it from the Batrider, be it from just a charge from the Phantom Lancer, he's feeling it very threatened.
I mean, and like Arbed's Viper, Viper just isn't the hero that he used to be when it comes to AFK farming. And you're seeing that in his net worth. You just see right behind him, both Zai and Puppey, they're nearly as farmed as EG's mid.
Yeah. He's 0 to an 8, a place that you never really want to be on Viper. You want to be the one leading the charge, trying to set up, like, walking up, being unkillable. But in this matchup, you're very killable because the way that Secret's set up so far. And we're seeing very deep aggressive wards coming out too. Puppey puts one down bottom to be able to watch any movements that come out down there. If they see anything there, like the transitions, then they can look to pressure onto that mid tower or even top.
It really is just another one of those games where you've sort of got to ask yourself, what is the plan from EG? It's not going great right now, and what are they sort of trying to work towards? In their minds, where do they see an opportunity to turn this one around?
I don't know, because it's the same. It feels similar to the last one, that they don't have someone to initiate and start to fight.
And he's got a full heart. Matsu,
he has a full heart.
You are not killing this man. He's level 20.
And he also picks up a Mindbreaker for himself too. All right, man, this is a scary Phantom Lancer. He also has some neutral items they can pass off to his buddies as well, since he's been jungling for quite a while.
And it really does feel like, off the back of the drafts, as we said, both of these strats sort of going back to what we saw previously in the tournament. EG, they chose to go with this Drow Viper, but Secret, the PL, that really was the hero that was just having the edge in a lot of these situations.
They're about to see Arteezy. They saw Arrow coming in.
He's going to try and slide away, but with Matsu on top of him, there's no hope for the Drow Ranger. That's EG's carry, done and dusted. As Secret can just play the map however they wish with the lead that they have.
Yeah, look at this. They're collapsing already. They find the Tree and Protector fly. They don't have any fear. They're not afraid of this Underlord. They're not afraid of this Willow. They're not afraid of anything on EG.
And they don't need to be. EG, they have nothing right now to scare Secret with. Their cores remain incredibly underfarmed. And Secret, they're taking over the map. They're taking over the entire game. The next thing you know, you're going to look at Matsumoran and he's going to have the Basher. He's going to have the Abyssal Blade. And these sort of item progressions cannot be matched by EG in this passive state that they're playing.
No, I mean, EG's draft is all about usually you get the ball rolling, you group up, and you kind of just start going. Secret's draft kind of thwarts that, especially when they have this type of a lead. And I don't know, I'm not too sure what you even can do versus EG, because you don't want to give up this Roche. If you do, that's going to be almost impossible for you to come back. So they're trying to contest it here. They have the Underlord, which is really good around the pit at least.
It's not going to be an easy fight though. Already the Illusion's just burning the entirety of Ramsey's mana. He's going to have to use the Shrine right now to start things off, just to get his mana back up. But instantly, the constant onslaught of these Illusions pushing at him, they're going to burn it again, and they're going to drag it. Arbed's caught on the front. He gets the BKB off the fear from Crit, trying to push them back, but Arbed is just dying through the magic immunity. He's trying to run. Nisha hits him hard with the Tidebringer cleave. Arbed is gone, and Secret, they're ready to try and catch more. Yules up, won't break the X-Mark combo, but he wanted to save Crit's life. He's into the Shadow Realm, but they have the AoE damage. Secret are just destroying and humiliating EG here in this game 5.
It honestly feels like the game's over. I don't know what a Drow Viper lineup can do versus a
The run, Nisha hits him hard with the Tidebringer cleave. Arbed is gone.
Not too sure what you even can do versus EG, because you don't want to give up this Roche. If you do, that's going to be almost impossible for you to come back. So they're trying to contest it here. They have the Underlord, which is really good around the pit at least.
It's not going to be an easy fight though. Already the Illusion's just burning the entirety of Ramsey's mana. He's going to have to use the Shrine right now to start things off, just to get his mana back up. But instantly, the constant onslaught of these Illusions pushing at him, they're going to burn it again, and they're going to jump. They drag it. Arbed's caught on the front. He gets the BKB off the fear from Crit, trying to push them back, but Arbed is just dying through the magic immunity. He's trying to run. Nisha hits him hard with the Tidebringer cleave. Arbed is gone, and Secret, they're ready to try and catch more. Yules up, won't break the X-Mark combo, but he wanted to save Crit's life. He's into the Shadow Realm, but they have the AoE damage. damage. Secret are just destroying and humiliating EG here in this game 5.
It honestly feels like the game's over. I don't know what a Drow Viper lineup can do versus a PL. If you're not ahead with Drow and Viper, the game is already super difficult, and now they're not only just behind, they're massively behind versus a PL who I don't know how they can bring down at all. They can't seemingly kill anybody on their lineup when they get a nice route into fear play. Everybody else just gets away, and they're almost full health right after the fight.
And off to Roche they go. Nothing. It's going to be there from EG to stop this. As you said, they kind of had to, but there's a lot of things that EG needed to do this game, and they were unable to achieve any of them.
They're trying to farm up this BKB like we mentioned for Arteezy, also trying to finish up a Maelstrom for Abed, but that was Abed with his BKB reveal in that last fight, and it did absolutely nothing.
Here we have, they are trying to TP over once again, but it's too late. Roshan has fallen, Matu has the Aegis. They'll look towards Nisha, but Nisha, he's forced back to safety, out of the range of the multi-shot. And with that initial burst fire attempt from EG, they haven't got anything else left to throw out. They've got to back off. A Secret now with this Aegis, I mean, they couldn't even kill Matu once, killing him twice. It's pretty much impossible. His farm, he's now nearly 7k ahead of Arteezy's Drow. There is no stopping this man. Secret, they've done an incredible job of just securing the map, and when they do that, Matu and Nisha, they just get out of control.
Your turn to ban. Five seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick. Your turn to pick.
Let it begin. I am there.
Prepare for battle.
It falls to me to inform you that this one is in the bag.
As you wish. I'll not argue. Yes. By the bloody pinions of Avilava.
30 seconds to battle.
By Skriok. If I must. Forward. My sentiments precise.
The battle begins.
I fly on the winds of war. Let my vengeance soar. To battle. Vengeance flies beside me.
It is denied.
The time has come. With a vengeance. By my wings. If you insist. Very well. As you wish. You shall be broken like my wings.
Thou art denied.
Faster! Magic missile! Forward! My sentiments precise. I'm under attack!
Torn a page from my
Feel
Haste.
As you wish. Let my vengeance soar.
Shadows inside. Even the best gladiators
Vengeance lies beside. Vengeance is so sweet. Faster! Murderous one. If you insist. I am there. To battle.
Oh, you found me.
Fall.
Double damage.
To battle. Oh. Let my vengeance soar.
Dire's courier has been killed.
I fly. The time has come. As you wish. Faster! My sentiments precisely. If you insist.
Your bottom tower is under
Get
attack.
off my chest. As you wish. You are mine. At last. Not that way. If I must. Phantom Limbo. Very well. am there. By Skoriok's talon.
Defied.
Yes. Power, like a promise of vengeance, flies beside me.
Double damage.
With a vengeance. Faster!
Fear thee.
Let my vengeance soar. Very well. The time has come.
Your middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire structures are fortified. Your middle tower is under attack.
Vengeance flies beside me. You shall feel my talons.
Your middle tower is under attack.
If I must. Yes.
Your middle tower is under attack.
It's not
Ashes curl.
despicable. As you wish.
Waiting with my prayer.
Not yet.
You failed at false calculation.
Watch your step.
With a vengeance.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Forward.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I am there. As you wish. I am not.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
To battle. Let me stretch. I fly. My circle is precisely. If you insist. How many times must I set out on this road? With a vengeance. Vengeance flies beside me. Faster! must. Forward. I am not hard. Battle. I will not be stopped so easily. Yes. May the sky surrender to me. I fly.
Dire structures are fortified.
Not time yet. Let my vengeance soar. If you insist. My sentiments decisive. As you Worry? Attack!
Demonology?
Your bottom tower
Not
is
smart
under
enough for
attack.
real.
Ready. Sweet as vengeance. I am
The
there.
enemy's middle tower has fallen. Your bottom tower is under attack.
As you wish. The time has come.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Illusion.
With a vengeance. Right.
Thou art a devil, pure and simple.
Not ready. If you insist. A gift from the goddess. Very well. Forward.
My fiends will avenge me.
Demonology?
The time has come.
Dire's structures are fortified.
As you wish. Haste.
There was
I fly.
not enough.
Faster. If I must. Vengeance flies beside me.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures
I am
are
not
fortified. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your
My
bottom tower has fallen.
Precisely.
It's when you're around.
Fools die, as you well know.
That went well, I think. I will not fall again.
The enemy's top tower has fallen. Your middle tower is under attack.
Let my vengeance soar. I am there.
Regeneration.
As you sweet adventure.
Your top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. The enemy's middle tower is fallen. Your top tower is under attack.
The universe grants my due.
If you insist. Faster! With a vengeance. Four.
Your middle tower is under attack.
As you wish. My sentiments precisely. Death to you. Let me stretch my wings. I am there. I fly. I am not arguing. Let my vengeance soar.
Beats of your heart.
The sky stands. Yes.
bottom tower has fallen.
The time has come. Vengeance flies beside me.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Very well. To battle. Very well. It's not time yet. The time has come.
Your top tower is under attack.
Double damage, if I must.
Your top tower is under attack. Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
I'm not. Faster. Forward. You shall feel my talents. If you insist. I am there. As you wish. Not yet. Let my vengeance soar. I am not arguing. My sentiments precisely.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack.
Vengeance.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Triple kill!
Something in your eye?
Well, that was interesting.
Vengeance flies beside me. Yes! As you
Dire's turret has been killed.
For I will remember you.
Wicked sick.
even in death, to battle. Forward. To battle. sentiments precise. If you insist. Double damage. By the bloody pinions of Avilava, I am under
Your top
attack.
tower is under attack.
The Skyrim.
Your top tower is under attack.
Bounty.
Your top tower has fallen. Your top tower is under attack. The enemy's middle tower has fallen. Your top tower is under attack. Your best tower has fallen. Your top tower is under attack.
Assassination.
Radiant structures are for the enemy's middle barracks has
Let my
fallen.
vengeance soar.
Your top tower is under attack.
By my wing. Yes.
Your top tower is under attack.
Vengeance flies beside me. As you wish.
Bounty.
Very well. I fly.
My blade cleaves no more.
I am there. I am not argue.
Words of power. Go.
Target.
Very well.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle
am
tower
not.
has fallen.
At last. Yes. Feel my pain. As you wish.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Forward. If I must. Vengeance flies beside me. at me.
Dire structures are fortified.
Bounty.
Fast.
As was owed.
I am there.
Welcome to the secret shop.
The time has come. I fly. My sentiments precisely. As you wish. Let my vengeance soar. If you insist. With a vengeance. To battle. By Skryok. Vengeance flies beside me. My sentiments precisely. As you wish.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Let my vengeance soar. Haste. To battle. With a vengeance.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Yes. The time has come. I'm not ready. I fly. A gift from the goddess. I am no rush. Faster!
Daggers in
Penicillin to get rid of me.
You shall be don't think you're done. You wither on the
Has no command over me.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen.
Let's find out. Thy life's weight.
Your top tower
All
is
that
under attack.
matters perishes with me.
Your top tower is under attack.
revenge is a dish best served now.
Your top tower is under attack.
Worthless one. By the bloody pinion. If you insist. Not enough mana.
Your top tower has fallen.
Veiled Oracle chose you. What? As you wish.
Invisibility.
If I must. Attack!
Another falls on my road.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
I am there. Very well. There to you. My hands is an honor.
Dire structures are fortified. The enemy's middle tower has fallen. The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Please help me.
Your turn to ban.
We might see an Enigma.
I think you go your support here for sure. It's just, what do you want to grab against this PL?
Maybe they're scared of making Batrider too
They do
good.
take the Underlord.
Well, they still made Batrider very good. That did not help their cause against that.
It's really curious to me that they're saving the support pick. Like, you know what it is? Underlord is just very solid for both teams. It's very good against the PL, but it's also very good against the Drow and the Treant. And I know Secret love putting Zion the Underlord against the Drow. You play aggressive, you buy a Crimson Guard, and all of a sudden the Drow damage output just disintegrates.
But what's the argument for taking Underlord over Timber? If you picked Timber, you had a ban.
And you could have great against the Underlord.
You could have banned the OD.
Five seconds.
So build against Morph and
I want something that abuses the sustain mechanic of Wisp, specifically. I feel like Gyro is all right, but again, you're playing into Morph. Just don't pick it into the hard counter. I like Slark a lot. It's also very good against both Tree and Tiny.
And then you still got all the reset items if you do, or heroes. If you do go the Slark, you have Abaddon, Omni Knight, and Timbersaw is another big.
I think Timbersaw, right after I saw the Viper ban, I was like, I think Ramsey's just gonna snipe and just take it.
Secret are really low on time. There's a lot of adjustments to be made. I don't think they were expecting this third pick IO.
We kind of passed over it a little too. They go the Ench, which made it through. I guess we didn't talk about that hero after the game one. A lot of heroes.
Makes Slark even better.
Best of fives just have their own magic to them, you know? It's always so fascinating to see what happens when you go down the stretch. It's fun.
Especially Puppy and Fly.
IO second phase, Ench fourth pick for Secret. They start taking Tiny away. First phase Morphling, you know. Like, there's no way this draft would have happened game one. Like, 0%, literally 0% chance it would ever happen game one. You love to see it.
So I think EG stuns.
Yes, exactly. They need something that goes in and uses IO so that TA can find a target. But what options do you have that lane well against the Enchantress and gives catch? That you also would want to play against Morphling, right? That's the other thing.
I think Slark's still looking like your best option.
He's okay.
I still feel like something that hits towers would be nice. You could also go for the route like Timbersaw, but Slark it is.
As you said,
there's nothing better.
Yeah.
It will be that Slark.
It is quick, right? I think they're going to play it a lot like Secret with this. Slark's going to get like his Diffusal and his Ags, and then the TA honestly becomes the harder parry in this.
But it's about staying on map, right? You've got a Wisp and a Wyvern. You're going to have plenty of sustain now. If you can take a couple early towers, it becomes very difficult for Secret to play when you consider that the two cores they've revealed thus far have no ability to make plays. They need a lot of time to come online, and notably, they're very low on wave clear right now. You don't feel good if your Treant is the only hero with a true spell to clear waves.
And that is only allowed because they have Treant Protector in the first place, right? That they can actually defend these towers. And Evil Geniuses, I think, are still going to have, that is still a problem they have to solve, right? How do we actually commit to finishing off these towers?
I think EG need to ban Leshrac. I think it's way too good this game.
And I like the Omni ban from Secret. You know it's a Ramses hero. I wouldn't mind a playmaker for him, but I'm not sure what's left. He could potentially go for his Centaur, but
I'm not sure what else EG are considering here. Are they actually going to ban OD over it?
So we're looking for a niche hero on the side of Secret, and we've seen him play Arc Warden quite a few times. Is this still a good Arc game? We have also seen EG banning it out a lot of the time, but it doesn't work against TA?
Winter Wyvern, Slark, and TA I think are all they're capable of getting on top of her.
Morph is your win condition. You need something that stabilizes your mid game and doesn't just get you run over, because EG, they can play with so much pace. They get a pick off, they get Roche, suddenly there's traps and a Slark all throughout your jungle, and nowhere is safe. Then you have, of course, global mobility from the Wisp, Wyvern, and Treant. Your only BKB piercing abilities at the moment, other than the impetus of the Ench, of course.
So knowing that you're going up against a Templar Assassin, is there any hero that would tick all those boxes that would do what you want it to do?
I'm not seeing nothing that wouldn't get crushed by Slark, right? You can't go. You would consider something like a Batrider here. It's an amazing hero, but I don't know if you want to play it when there's a Slark in the game.
So they took away the Omni, right? The Abaddon is still out there, and it gives you that committal to pushing towers. I almost feel like that maybe could have been a better ban for Secret, just because it does solve one of those issues. They don't have anything to catch or start fights, but if they do get that role of being able to take a few towers into a Roshan, then that's just a net worth of 2 seconds on.
Ooh,
That might be a deny pick, in truth. It's excellent here. It's actually incredible matchups against all 4 Secret heroes, and they still have issues because they need to address the Slark and the TA still, and now you have Batrider problems, and none of your heroes are comfortable laning against him at the moment. That's a really cool pick from EG. It's also amazing synergy with Wisp. They had the team fight. Now they have the point lockdown pick off. I have no idea what Secret go for here. They have 12 seconds.
How good is Ramsey's bat? It's pretty good, right?
I have not seen in so long.
They're running low on time. Yeah,
There's one that you called, Send.
I think there was no real better option. You're not happy to face this bat, but you have to play for your own strategy's success, right? Rather than if you have last pick and you need to really solve a big problem, you're not really happy with that. Yeah, the solution to Batrider would not fit your own strategy. So you're committed to your own idea. There's too many good points about Leshrac this game. I think it could be a really close game, even though the Batrider has an amazing lineup.
EG have some potential to just crush these lanes, but if Secret can stabilize, their mid-game team fight is powerful, and Morphling at a point I do believe is the hardest carry in the game.
All right, let's find out if EG can take this home or if Secret will force out the 5th game in this grand finals. Let's head over to ODPixel and Fog.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Time now for Game 4 between Team Secret and Evil Geniuses. And Fogged, after that Game 3, I cannot wait to see what these teams have in store for us now.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the action ramp up again. Hopefully we have a really close one again. As like the panel was mentioning, I think at one point it was like 17-17 in the game. 2 heroes died, same timers on their deaths. Yeah, this could shape up to be a really exciting one, as we do have some signature heroes being played by people that haven't gotten to play them in a very long time. Matumba Man playing his Morphling. He hasn't gotten to play this one in, I feel like in ages. I feel like Nisha always is the one that does end up playing it lately, at least for this squad. But yeah, this time around, Nisha says, move over, Matu. I want to play Leshrac, and you're going to get to play your Morphling.
I mean, this is one of the things that has been brilliant for Secret sort of through this run, through the tournament. A lot of flexibility between their core players on where they want to lane and play the hero.
Yeah, and we're going to see how much YapzOr can actually do on the Tiny this time, because the roles are reversed, right? He's playing this Tiny for once against Crit, and we saw how much Crit was able to do with it. We're going to have to definitely watch if YapzOr can do something similar.
I mean, yeah, he's got definitely a high bar to reach. You know, that last game, Crit's opening was incredible on the Tiny. Let's see if YapzOr can do it. If there was ever a player to come close to it, though, YapzOr, he would be the one to watch.
Liking the lane setups at the moment on the side of EG, having that Batrider top. One of the matchups that Bat used to actually love playing against was the Enchantress. Back when Untouchable used to be one of the passive abilities before level 6, you were very good at her, but you still kind of are. The thing is, she is very speedy, but if you ever do get a couple stacks on her, she can die quite easy to a Bat. And I do like that they're putting their aggressive tri-lane down bottom. You're playing versus a Morphling. Morphling can be a little bit weak inside of the lanes. Even if you have a Treant Protector, Morph doesn't really want to play against the contested lane too much. So we'll see probably some lane swapping happening very early on, as we did see, as Secret did see the Slark bottom with their River Ward that they placed.
And what you would imagine that EG is going to try and move in reaction to that, or will they sort of just let it be and have the farm for Arteezy down in this bottom rather than worrying about the pressure?
I think Matama Man's just going to try to follow the bat, but I think we're probably going to see, we're probably going to see lane swaps. I think it's the more likely thing to happen, but I don't know how mad he is to being down bottom anyway.
And on the mid
That
lane,
ensures that Ramses gets some pretty decent stuff up top. So
we've seen some great matchups so far this series from Nisha and Abed. Now this time around, we're going to get to see the Abed TA against the Nisha Leshrac. So we'll see who's able to get the edge on this one. It's all down to Nisha to land those stuns and try and find the timings to punish Abed. Otherwise, that right click of Abed will really ramp up with the refraction.
yeah, we tend to see the TA win most of the times in this matchup, and then, you know, when if Lesh gets a rotation, you can get kills with your Edict, and then, of course, once Lesh hits 6, you really bully TA to the point where she has to, she's going to be jungling probably anyway, but you bully her quite a lot. So, yeah, Arteezy, we see he's sticking down here as he's versus a Treant Protector. He's able to get those extra hits, and it's going to be, Matama Man top versus a Bat Rider.
Yeah, and you know, as we said, it's going to be down to Yapzor to make those moves. We saw last game how Crit was able to punish Nisha's TA in lane with those rotations. This time Yapzor, he's got to try and pull it off against Abed.
Yeah, and how much he can salvage the lanes in particular, as well as right away, since it is a Morphling top versus a Bat Rider, which it's the matchup they want, it's not in the place they want it though, because Morphling now has a weird position where he can get chased very far, and Bat Rider is already level 2. So Matama Man, he actually can't really walk up too good into this matchup, or too well into this matchup, as Yapzor, he's just denying a full wave at least in between the tower with his pull. So level 2 on Tiny, level 1 on Morphling, and level 2 on Bat Rider. So yeah, Matu has to be quite careful of Ramses.
We'll see down bottom, both teams trying to play around and protect that spawn of the camp. It's not going to be the case. It will be blocked at the 2 minutes. And Puppey is trying to force back, and in fact with the impetus, Zai doing a fair bit of damage to the two of them. Arteezy still posturing aggressively, relying on the regen that Crit is providing.
Mid is just non-stop high-fiving. I think Nisha is definitely, seeing that he's getting beaten a little bit here at the start.
Some great respect though between these two mid players. They've given us quite a show so far in this grand finals, and you can only expect that to continue here. Bottom lane, Arteezy off the mark there with a pounce as he tries to look towards Matama Man. Now they're going to turn onto him aggressively, flies there with a TP in, but they cannot save Artur. Zai gets the final hit in with the impetus. A pounce too far for Arteezy, gets punished by Secret.
I think this was the right move to make. I was mentioning how the Morphling, he wants to be in the matchup versus that Bat Rider, but because of which lane it was in, it was just too much for Matu. A lane swap, and Zai was still there for the moment so he can get the slow for them to get the kill. And now mid, you see Abed, he was playing a little bit more cautiously around that mid lane because the Tiny was missing for a moment. He doesn't want to get tossed in, and he will be protected under those trees at the moment. But yeah, Matama is still going to, I feel like he's still going to struggle to get farm down here in particular. So the lanes for him are awkward. 1-0 on the Morphling at this 3-minute mark already.
This is,
And Ramses is already level 4. What levels are Enchantress? Zai is level 3 at least, but like we mentioned, this Bat Rider can definitely look to set up kills pretty easily. But now with this Satyr Tormentor, a little bit of harassment coming in, and Yapzor, he wants to fix this.
Where's that CS? Oh, there we go. That'll do it. They're getting kills, but as you say, Matu, I'm still waiting for that second CS.
He's going to get it here. He's under tower.
Is he going to get it?
I think so. Yeah, he's got it.
There we go.
And he's going to get another one. Range creep. He's back.
He's out doing himself here, Matu. He's in. He's got to keep that up. He's had a very, very rough start with the way that the lanes have been. He's not found the place to farm. They've got to try and set up some sort of space for this Morphling.
Like we were saying in the beginning, though, a very strong lane setup from EG, opting for this aggro tri-lane to just pressure Matama Man, who now is getting gone on. He does have living armor. We'll be all right to back away, as he did hit level 3 for that attribute shift.
But every time he uses that waveform to escape, it's that cooldown where he can no longer approach the creep wave. He has to sit back, and it's more time where he's just going to fall further and further behind, as he's still only sitting on 4 CS at 4 minutes in.
Mid, Nisha stun off the mark. Might have been a kill if he was able to connect with that one. The Edict, a lot of damage. But he's doing good in the matchup because I think in particular, whenever YapzOr disappears off the map, you just have to be very careful of that tiny rotation for your TA. 13 denies on the Lesh, in fact.
He's been using the stuns perfectly every time that they've tried to step up towards the creeps, Albert.
Yep, and now he's level 5, almost level 6 on the Lesh, right to level 4 TA, and that's where the matchup just completely swings. If it was just a TA versus Lesh, you'd see a bit of a better time for the TA, but now Nisha trying to take advantage of the glyph here.
If he can land this stun, he can't quite. Abed's able to sidestep it.
Fly's going to help out his buddy mid, TP's mid, and actually salves up Abed in the meantime so that he can continue showing his face there. But yeah, Lesh about to be 6, and that's when he doesn't even need to land the stun. You just run around with Edict and with your Pulse Nova going on top of that TA. He's trying, you see Abed just auto-attacking the wave to push it in to ensure that he can't actually get dove by that level 6.
Top lane Ramses is trying to fight up against Zai. He's got a few sticky napalm stacks on him, but again, Ramses, he's got to respect the impetuses. He gets back by the tower, and he does have support back up inbound. Wyvern's around.
Is it impetuses or impeti?
Both. So this bottom lane, Matsu, it's such a rough beginning for this morph. Still only 9 CS. You compare that to Arteezy, 25 and 4 in the lane, in the river. In fact, Nisha is able to run down Abed. The Invis Rune does not save, and Nisha able to read his move with the Diabolic Edict and runs down the TA.
Oh, puppy, that's a lot of stacks coming up onto Arteezy. Tower, though, does switch over. See the rotation, though, now, YapzOr, they did see it coming. They had a ward. They will back away in time before the Tiny does make it in there. But that's what we're talking about, right? Level 6 Slash Strike, it's very tough for a TA to get away, even if you do have your boots. As even though you're 351 movement speed, Lesh is only like 20 movement speed behind you without boots. Batu pushing the limits.
Oh, YapzOr.
He's trying to cut off the tether.
Yeah, he's going to be able to do so, at least with it positioning. Tries to grab that Charlie. There's the toss to cancel it. YapzOr in position.
Very nicely played, the way he just was standing in between the two of them there. Zai.
And Ramses, he's bottling up. He's going to get on top of Zai. Zai trying for the TP out. Have they got the damage? They do. They'll punish Zai, and now he will not have a TP to return to lane with.
Mid. There's a lot of reinforcements coming.
And too many for Nisha to deal with. He'll back off. Happy with the fact that support rotation has been forced on the two of them. Maybe that will open up some space for Matu to start to find some sort of semblance of farm in that safe lane.
Oh, he's probably so happy. He's like, yes, they left my lane. Still struggling to catch back up, though. He just missed the last hit under the tower. Matu, you can't. You need these. There you go. And as you said, Arteezy still doing just fine in his farm as he was down bottom. Same thing with TA. TA is still getting a lot of those last hits, but many of them will be jungle. And then when you do go to jungle, you kind of have to park somebody in the mid lane. That's why we see Fly. He is now come to the mid on Wyvern, just to slow down the push that comes out inevitably from the Lesh when your TA is jungling. That tower will go down very quickly if you do leave. It might even just die anyway, even with the Wyvern there. As YapzOr, he's prioritizing mid.
See if they can get the wraparound. YapzOr starting to charge forward. Has the Avalanche, just goes for the toss on himself, Fly, rather than the toss back. And that means that Fly he's fine. And now Abed's going to come in and take down YapzOr. And not quite on the level of what we saw from Crit last game. YapzOr having a bit of an awkward time there in mid.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to get the toss up. I thought he would actually get the toss back onto Nisha there, but doesn't quite do it. As Nisha, he's looking to make a rotation. Wasn't able to secure the mid tower, did force the glyph though. Oof.
And still just continuing pressure onto Matsu.
That broom handle, a pretty useful item actually in this matchup for Arteezy, as he can reach a little bit further to be able to hit there as Ramses.
The dive comes in. Nisha's there to help out. Ramsey's trying to Firefly away, but they've got him. Secret starting to get active with their mid laner. Nisha he knows his power at the moment. Level 8. He can help push down this side lane, tier 1 tower. Look at the speed it goes. With the Edict, this tower just melts.
And this is a cool move too, because he already got the mid tower kind of low. I like the decision of him coming up here and then just ensuring that he can get this one too, because Glyph is not reset, so your Edict will be able to bring that one down very easily.
Bottom lane, Poppy. Really gets forced out of the lane by Arteezy and Crit. Arteezy has to pounce back, and he himself getting low. Has to be careful not to feed away any sort of kill to Matuma Man's Morph, who's slowly climbing back into it all. About 500 gold between the two carries, but Matu, he is closing that gap after a very, very tough start that was handed to him with the lane setup.
Yeah, and he hasn't died, which is the really important thing too. 0-0 and 2. And it's, yeah, he's barely behind it all now at this point. He's pretty much tied with the Batrider. So fairly even game as well. That difference maker really just being at Nisha just at the moment for the most part with that net worth advantage.
And it is Nisha. I mean, as soon as 300 gold away from the boosted travel, he's going to continue to make these moves up and down the map. No real interest in returning to mid. He knows how strong he can be in the side lanes. Bottom lane, Arteezy tries to go forward. A toss away will separate Artor from the rest of them. They'll secure the outpost. Bottom.
Radiant's middle tower.
Should be that 1-for-1, as we do have Zai up top for Secret to be able to claim it, but now they want to look to pressure Matumba a little bit more, but they don't have the same way of being able to just go to a lane and take a tower like a Leshrac does. The TA doesn't even do that either at the same rate, but Ramses, he really wants to go for him here. At least force him far out of the lane at the moment.
Yeah, not quite able to set up for the lasso with a flame break. As Matsu plays it safe, saves onto the waveform for the crucial moment to break the distance.
And Nisha does have those boots of travel now finished up on the Lesh. So just like the last game, they did opt to go for those bots very early on. He picks them up, he TPs back to base, and he will be able to TP right back out. Fully sustained and being able to continue those aggressive movements as he's done. And Abed will just continue in the jungle. But it is a level 10 TA who's actually pulled an experience advantage over that Lesh. A little bit less gold, but because he's just been straight up hitting those nukes for so long, he has been able to do so.
I mean, again, a very close start between these teams. Just with the networks slightly shifted more onto the Leshrac core, whereas obviously there's a bit of catching up still from Matuma Man to do on Secret's half, a little more evenly spread amongst EG's three cores. The push will come in, they'll look for another tier 1 tower, and again, not a lot that EG can do to stop this. The Splinter Blast from Fly will not put off Secret from standing their ground and continuing to take these tier 1s away from EG.
And these little bits of gold too, it helps Matumba Man a decent amount, even when he is just jungling or anything like that, this gold that does come from those towers. Finds himself a mango tree too, and he will continue to hit the jungle for the time being. Well, on the side of Secret 2, they can also just defend towers really nicely because they have living armor. So on the like we were mentioning, Secret just has a much easier time in the first like 20-something minutes at least to be able to defend and also push these towers down because of that Lesh and because of that tree. TA needs more items in order to be able to actually push towers. What's the item choice this time for Arteezy? All right, Arteezy's gone for the jump this time around. Looks like he wants to be running around and causing some pressure on the map and allowing his TA, allowing Abed to get that farm.
And Abed again with that Blink Dagger first pickup. He's also going to be ready. Any sort of action around towers or objectives, outposts, you can expect those TP players to come in. Ramses focusing on getting his bots done. They're all gearing up to be incredibly ready to react around this 15-minute mark.
If we learned anything from that last game, that there's more than likely going to be a big pickup in speed pretty soon. Maybe, because we also learned from the first two games that maybe things could just slow down completely and not a lot could happen.
We'll have a brief pause here, but looking at these first 13 minutes, I mean, do you feel that there's a team that's maybe gotten away with a bit more than they should have? Is anyone sort of coming out on top, or would you say it's still looking pretty 50-50?
I think you probably are pretty happy that Matuma Man was able to recover the way he was without even dying at all, because he was set into a really awkward position when he was level 1 for a very long time. He goes top. Ramses is almost level 3 pretty much. We see, of course, on the screen there, the Edict chasing that Invis. But yeah, I think you're pretty happy if you're Secret right now, because you're getting this way to pressure the map, while EG does not have that in comparison because of this Lesh.
But there we have the overgrowth. Puppey will cancel him. Hold crit down during the tether. And there's no escape for that IO. While space continues to be made up top, Zai is going to find Ramses, has the completed hood, so now Zai, a lot harder for Ramses to make solo plays on with that boosted magic resistance.
And the Morbid Mask is finished up from Matuma Man as we saw previously, so hitting jungle, he's fully sustained up, and that's pretty much his home for a bit of time now. As the aggression top, it's 3 heroes Zai.
Yeah, Ramses alone can't do it, but with these...
Relo as well.
It's a man of backup. All 4 heroes beating down onto Zai, that'll do it. It's a lot of resources, he gets the job done, and gets Abed a little bit of a boost in gold. The space is there in the lanes because of this move. YapzOr's now managed to finish farming his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, a bit interesting. I didn't actually know he was going to relocate up there. I guess he wanted to get involved in order to just get a little bit jump of gold because he actually has a mech already done on the IO. Wow, that's actually much faster than I thought it would have came out. It's at 14 minutes now.
And down bottom they go. Drums are popped. Arteezy's in onto the tree. Puppey's trying to hide. See if there's going to be anyone coming in to help him out. TP's are coming in as Puppey's trying to juke it. YapzOr's in. Blink Dagger reveal as he jumps forward onto Crit. Crit's got the mech done though. A good amount of burst heal and his tether across. Crit's still alive. Matu's there waiting though. Has he got the burst? The adaptive strike not enough, but with the waveform it is. Matu punishes Crit, and now they can try and chase some more. The grass slowing down Ramses. He turns into the back, knocks him back with the flame break. Smart plays from Matumba Man, secure him the double.
You know, saying, wow, Crit has a mech on his IO, but YapzOr also already has a Blink Dagger on the Tiny to catch them off guard there quickly. A very heads-up quick move from Secret. Is top now, though. Arteezy's looking to get aggressive with the backup.
A lot of damage, though, through the Shadow Dance. He knows we're flying Arbed. He is safe. Arbed does have the blink, but with the boost to travel, Nisha a little too fast to be chased. He'll escape. Secret with those plays down bottom. The double kill from Matu. It's relieved the pressure from this bottom lane, and they can push back and try to start taking another tier 1 tower away from EG.
They're really starting to get a lot of momentum coming because of this tower pressure that they can just do, and EG just can't. They can't do the same type of tower pressure at all with their lineup. They need more time to be able to farm on Abed in particular so he can join.
And now they might find a kill again. Ramses has been spotted out. YapzOr's in with the blink combo. They have the damage to take him. Ramses will fall. Man. Secret, they're speeding it up to quite the pace here. 15 minutes, 5k lead now for Secret.
And they have so many different ways to make plays. With the way that they're running around, it just makes a lot of space for Matumba Men to just constantly get that farm up and almost be tied up with the Slark after having such a bad start because of the way the lanes were set up for him. EG's got to just slow down the bleeding a bit here. Ramses 1-4-1 after they did put him in that safe lane as the Batrider. He has gotten punished a couple times. He's playing a bit too over-aggressive. And you're looking at his item build too. He doesn't. It feels like it's a little awkward for him. He's actually queued up an Aether Lens after the bots.
Yeah, a little bit of a different item progression indeed for Ramses. We'll see if it's sort of having that extra reach, extra setup will be the difference maker for EG to be able to make these plays themselves. Out he goes hunting. He's going to look towards Puppey, drags him back. Zai's trying his best to help out, but Puppey's outnumbered. They're bringing Arteezy with the relocate and will secure a kill for the Slark, getting Arteezy closer and closer to his diffusal blade.
Yeah, gets him in agility as well. But now Secret, they're all set up down here as soon as that relocate does end. They look like they wanted to get aggressive as well. We see this time as well, Nisha, he actually did find himself a Dragon Scale. Pretty good item on the Lesh. Any type of armor you can get on this hero because the way he built up, he doesn't have that natural built-in armor beside his talent. This helps a lot versus Slark and TA.
Now, Secret, they're happy with the way that they've managed to make this game look very nice for Matumba Man. He's got a lot of space to work with now, considering the way the rest of his team are moving across the map aggressively. And they know until that diffusal blade's on Arteezy, there won't be too much of an interest from EG to take fights themselves. But once that diffusal blade is done, you can certainly expect to see the relocates get even more aggressive. At the moment, they've been only looking for plays on their half of the map. Once they have that extra bit of offensive potential, they'll be looking for those pickoffs on Secret side.
Secret doing a good job though. Like, look at the way that they're split up. They're always keeping one person near each other. Right now, EG, they still need more time to farm. They do have the Fusel Blade though. Maybe this might be the thing that allows them to kick that action, like you're saying. I see Zai as well in the mid lane.
Blink Dessa done as well on Arbed. So both cores, they've got a lot of physical burst. If they can get in, and they're going to go for it straight away, immediately. These two huge offensive iron pickups at 18 minutes in mean that if they find anyone alone, they will be able to break them down in a matter of seconds.
They need to try to get some type of tower because their map control is just really starting to get quite weak. So they are starting to go for this, but immediately, Secret, they're identifying it. They're going into the Roche pit. It's seen by EG though. They don't have a trap in the pit, but they have a River Ward watching all of Secret walk inside of there. And with the Untouchable, they shouldn't lose too much HP while tanking this one.
EG's starting to TP over. Already they have the Wyvern in range. It's not an incredibly fast Roshan, so there's definitely time for EG to react if they want to.
Tough one to contest, though. The TA, Abed, I don't believe he really wants to get involved into any type of fights until he has a BKB, because playing versus Lash, playing versus Tree, you walk into the fight as TA and you're just going to die, because they have so many easy ways to break your refraction and just get on top of you. So I don't think they can contest this one.
Yeah, the decision has been made. No interest from EG to go for that. They'll let Secret take it. So now Nisha can play even more aggressive than he has been already. Having that second life. Now, EG, they'll certainly struggle to bring him down the 2 times if that backup's there from the rest of his team. There's a Blink Dagger picked up by Puppey. An extra way to allow setup to occur. And then back towards mid. Nisha, it finds himself trying to come out on a solo dewarding mission. It costs him his life.
He gets the D ward, though. He gets the gold, at least. But yeah, does pay with his life. They do have some good vision, so I'm going to see Arteezy as well as Craig continue to push down bottom, but you still see Secret playing quite confidently. Even Puppey still continue to pressure toward top.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And they will have actually the bots from the Lash up toward top 2, so tier 2. Immediately getting gone on.
And again,
Still no
EG, they're not choosing to react to this. They won't react to Roche, they won't react to the tier 2s. They want to make sure that they're fully kitted out before they turn up.
It really does feel super hard to fight into a Lash without BKBs on both these heroes. Like Slark does have a lot of sustain coming in from the Isle, which could allow him, and he's tanky because he has all these, Ironwood Tree plus Pupil's Glyph giving him this extra bonus HP. But either way, it does seem like they're just a little bit hesitant because of how much damage that Lash really does do, and they can't play around it too easily without BKB. We see the supports on Secret too. They're farming very hard. Blink Dagger, as we mentioned on Yaps earlier, but Puppey even, he now has a Blink too. So when those BKBs do come out, they're going to be prepared for it with Puppey. He's going to be able to just blink in, get the overgrowth follow-up to at least control them during it. It's looking tough for EG to really make moves of their own rather than having to just make these reactive moves with the way that they have itemized. It definitely feels hard for Ramses to really do anything because of that itemization in particular.
It has been an excellent start for Team Secret this game. Matsu, he's hitting the timings. He's ready to go towards that E-Blade. Once he has that after the Manta, he's going to be very hard for EG to lock down.
Yeah, it's definitely feeling like things are coming together for Secret. EG, they just need a little bit more time before they can look to contest what Secret's brought to the table, especially when there's an Aegis too. Oh, he has the Dragon Scale and Bat Rider too. Works with your sticky napalm, right? That's one of the cool interactions that I think we've seen. I'm not sure if they changed that one recently, but it used to work. Buffs it up a little bit. It's not massive or anything like that, but small little gains. The armor is probably the most important thing about it, but...
On top lane, Fly. He did show himself. Nisha, nearly making the correct call, but Fly is already out.
You can see how confident Secret's playing on the map, looking to constantly make these plays. EG, they're playing mostly around their triangle, still with Abed, until he has BKB. Same thing with Arteezy. He's playing actually on the opposing side of the map until he has his. And they're both getting close. So that's probably the time where we're going to see a smoke come out from them. But it's still going to be about 1 minute and 45 seconds or so left on Secret's Aegis. And they're also keeping up in the farm very well with their heroes, with the Morphling as well as Lash majorly taking that farm.
And do you think for EG, this is how they should be approaching the game right now? There's no need to try and take that map control away from Secret. You sort of got to let them do what they're doing right now with the lead that they have, rather than trying to throw bodies at them.
I think it's just too risky. Without BKB, like we were mentioning, versus Lash Strike, versus this just so much damage that comes out from Lash, Tiny, Morphling, like these heroes, it's just too much of a risk if you do make a play without those on your 2 cores into this Aegis because of how much of an advantage Secret has gotten already with their items.
Yeah, Secret, they're just making all the right moves, all the right plays, taking objective after objective. They are really, really punishing the fact that the EG do not want to fight. They are not letting EG sort of get away with this passiveness at all. Every single time that there's a lane to be shown in, they have heroes in it. All 3 lanes Secret are utilizing, and they're growing this lead slowly but surely.
They want to look to get maybe involved down bottom a little bit here. Nisha does have the Bloodstone now finished up, and he's actually found Crit.
He has. He's onto him here. The setup's there. They've got the stun control, and they have ample amounts of damage. No chance for Crit to tether out of this one. As Matu and Nisha, they are becoming some incredible beasts right now. Every single kill that he's involved in, that E-Blade becomes closer and closer. Once that's there, they are going to be able to pop this IO so quickly.
It's just hard for them. Like I said, it's really tough for EG to really make their own aggressive plays with the way that their heroes are set up. But the Batrider doesn't have a Blink Dagger to initiate. The Wyvern is your probable only way to set things up with a curse. But it is still quite hard for them to do so, as now the Aegis does get reclaimed, and I believe they do have those double BKBs finished. So maybe this is where we're going to see EG finally look to smoke and try to catch something here. But as you mentioned too, Secret's playing in all three lanes. So all three lanes are pushed in constantly. So it is even harder for them to make moves because it'll be obvious.
And they start to slowly shift their attention towards the top half of the map, EG, but Secret, they have numbers. They have 3 heroes here ready to go, and they're strong ones as well. Nisha on the front lines. He's going to try and start this off with the stun. In they go onto Arteezy. He's got to pop the Shadow Dance to the TP. But he's got too much damage. Did he not? He's dead. And now Nisha, he can just step over to another. Crit's gone as well.
Uh-oh.
And Arteezy, he had BKB, didn't he, Arteezy?
He did.
He just didn't want to use it. He goes for the greedy Shadow Dance TP play without using his BKB. He's going to die every single time. At least Arbe gets the memo. He will pop his BKB and TP out to safety.
I think he thought that Crit was going to be able to get the tether mech off onto him to keep him sustained, at least to not die to that pulse. But that's why we see the Lesh picked. We've seen it picked quite a lot of times versus that slot. That damage, it is quite overwhelming. If you do pop that Shadow Dance. And now it's a level 19 Lesh, so you have Max Pulse Nova, 17 Bloodstone charges.
Down bottom, Puppey again with the setup, jumps forward with the overgrowth. Ramsey's got outside of the base. They're trying to use the curse hammer, but there's too much burst from this morph right now. Matu with his E-Blade online just pops another, takes another tower. Secret, they've taken all out to towers right now. It's 25 minutes in. They're ready to go high ground. They know that EG is going to struggle to hold a defense.
Yeah, it's full control by them at this point. And like you said, E-Blade on the Morphling too, on top of this Slash Track, who's already so immensely farmed. EG, how are they going to fight back here when they have no real forms of initiation?
They're trying for some sort of a wraparound here, EG, but they've got to do it quickly. The racks are falling. Arteezy, how can he come in on this? He starts to go forward with the Dark Pact already. He's forced out the BKB, jumps towards Matu, goes towards Nisha. Nisha's deeper than Bloodstone Heal, and the Living Armor keeps him safe. Crit will be able to tether back to safety, but they got in, and they got the melee rack Secret. It's now an 11k lead, and EG, they were just unable to fight them, even with these BKBs.
It's getting out of hand. They have no ways to actually control or no way to start the fight. I feel like them not having like a, I mean, it's weird because like the Batriders, we don't really see them build the build too often, but it really feels like in this game they can't make moves without him having a blink, because it's just like, what's Fly supposed to do as the Wyvern? Well, Fly has to set up everything with the curse. It just doesn't seem possible like this at the moment, and he's still going to be going for that BKB, which feels like it's almost necessary at this point because of how much damage Secret does. But how are they ever going to catch anybody to kill them? It really doesn't seem like how do you kill the Morphling without a lasso grabbing him? It's impossible. And he's just going to continue to get this free farm as well as the other cores on the side of Secret. EG.
And it's just, you know, with EG being this far behind, it's so hard, even with the BKBs, because it's very easy for Secret to sort of scare the BKB charges out of them.
Yeah, and
because you die so quickly. If you're not ready to commit it early, this Nisha-Matu combo, it will blow you up in a matter of seconds, and there's no amount of healing that Crit can do at the moment to keep you alive.
Yeah, and it's so much burst damage, and they have different forms of initiation, because both of those support heroes did rush the Blink Dagger, not only just rushing Blink, but they also have Force Staffs too, right? So if somebody does get committed on by, let's say, a Pounce, they have a force on the Tiny, they have a force on the Enchantress as well to protect each other and bail each other out of a bad scenario that could happen. Yeah, Secret just making all the right moves, and EG just doesn't feel like they have any moves that they can make with what they've been given after this laning phase, after these last 15 plus minutes or so that's been just dominant for Secret.
I mean, EG, they are poking a little bit, but it's so hard to do so. Nisha, with these bots, he can make so much space, just pushing out lanes and being able to still turn up to the action. Roshan will respawn, as this is going to be a point. I mean, we saw last time, EG, they just let Secret take the Aegis. I don't know if they can get away with doing that another time, because Secret with an Aegis, they'll be ready to just push up to the high ground and end the game.
This is definitely going to be where they're playing around for the most part here. But Secret just, yeah, they're just pulling further ahead, and I feel like their items just do quite a bit more than the side of EG. Even when they do pick up, let's say this, the Bastion, the Nullifier that could be coming pretty soon, and TA, it really does feel like Secret already they have ways to solve it, because they're not going to be locked down during anything. There's no real disables that are coming out from EG. There's no stuns. It's just a lasso and a curse to be able to hold targets down for anybody to stick onto.
I mean, Matsumaman and Nisha have just played it so well. The amount of fun that they found on this map without EG being able to do anything has been incredible. BKB forced out by Ramses.
Fully defensive BKB, though, as he gets cold embraced, and now he has to back away. They're going to start walking into that Roche pit at least a tiny bit to threaten and take out that trap.
Still not quite ready to go for it with EG being all 5 alive. Secret want to try and take a fight before they do go in. They know that there's no way that EG themselves can head out of it while Secret's up.
The range rack's just dead.
They are losing the racks to the creeps.
The enchanted range creep. Look at that, plus 70 damage. Look at it putting it work right there.
My goodness, I mean, the EG, they weren't ready for that one. Sure, it's just a range rack, but it's still a range rack. So it's money, it's extra lane pressure that's now going to be in favor of Secret. And EG, they weren't there to defend it. Understandably, they are focused still around this pit. They know that they cannot let Secret get away with this Roshan. But doing so is sort of tunnel vision them away from other objectives being lost across the map.
And we do see Zai is actually using his enchant to the fullest. He keeps grabbing creeps. Look at this Centaur creep. That is a 2,300 HP Centaur just walking in to give them information constantly. I love that he's actually using, I haven't seen too many people actually using the enchant a lot of the times because it's 2 minutes now at max duration. So it does give them a lot of scouting information, and even if he wants to push side lanes with it, it hits hard because of that plus 70 damage on top of the plus HP.
And they're going to start to poke at this. Yapso is looking for the grab, but Ramses BKB's back online. He commits it. RTG trying to step forward, but the Centaur from Zai stuns the slug, holds him back. And again, it's another BKB usage of Ramses that EG, they're not able to do anything with. Secret, they're pushing and holding EG outside of the pit, and they're just going to start taking it underneath their noses. They know how strong they are right now, Secret. Yeah, jumping again. Yapso looking for the burst. Ramses getting nuked down low. The follow-up's there for Nisha. He steps forward. A cold embrace will heal him up. They've got enough damage though with the impetus. Ramses is dead and gone. 50 seconds, no bat.
And while they're doing this in the Roche, look at mid lane. Zai actually cuts the whole wave, drags it to bottom with his enchanted creep. So now a catapult is actually pressuring a little bit in the mid lane. It's causing a distraction. EG, they can't contest this Roche anymore, especially losing the Batrider.
There's too many things that EG's having to deal with. They cannot juggle them all around. They're going to lose objectives. They're going to lose Roshan. It's taken. Secret, they'll get Aegis onto Matsumaman. As Secret, they are just messing with EG to the fullest. As EG, they just look like they don't quite know what to do in this situation.
It doesn't feel like, it really doesn't feel like they can do anything because they have no way to initiate a fight. It's been the last 70, it's been about the last 15 minutes now where Secret has had full dominance. EG hasn't gotten a kill. Their last kill they got was
they're going to focus Matsu with the Winter's Curse. RTG's on top of them, starting to get some of the stats built up. They're popping the ones. They have taken the Aegis crit, protected for now by Fly with the cold embrace as EG will look to push them back. Then second left, they get the silence. The lasso, they kill them off the second time, EG, and now they're going to chase for more. The sticky Daypole, throw them down, knock back with the daybreak, but Arbed will turn his attention towards Nisha. He's just running in. He's killing them all off with the magical damage. RTG has to bounce back defensively. They do not have the damage to bite through this armor. This Leshrac, he's too tanky for EG to deal with.
Clutch hit by TA. Clutch Mindbreaker. He gets the hit off on the Morphling immediately when he comes back up. Don't believe he gets the attribute shift off at all. And they do get that kill because of it. It does force a buyback though from Crit. It's still quite painful.
He stepped forward, maybe feeling a little too confident after that kill that they got on the Morph. He didn't expect them to still be around. I mean, sure, they've lost to Morphling, but Secret are still at such a lead that they do not need the full 5-man to find kills like this. They're going to charge straight back towards the base, force forward into the blink. Yapso's going to be able to get the toss back into the hands of Zai. Fly will go for the self-caught embrace. Arteezy and Arbed trying to help out. They'll jump onto Yapso. Yapso forces away, breaks the bound. They get the hold with the overgrowth, but he's just dying to the illusions, and Zai, he kills another. As EG, they're down to 3. Arbed has to blink away. Secret back up to the high ground, and they'll look to take the second set of racks. The buyback's forced out. Fly is back in the game. They have the fortification. but Secret just continuing this pressure and forcing EG to react in ways that it's making it harder and harder for EG to really get themselves back in this game. The lead's still confidently held. It's an 18k lead from Secret, and then still knocking on the doors of EG.
Yeah, 18k gold lead. What is it? It's a 15,000 experience lead, and we are seeing 95 to 5% right now, it seems, for EG, and it feels like that. It doesn't feel like they can. I mean, they got a very thankful kill on the Morphling there of Matu because of that Mindbreaker. But that's just, he was playing super confidently up, and they just got a very good advantage because of it, because he just didn't seem to know that it was coming. Now they're trying to catch more. But again, their initiations are so difficult.
And they're making this play with Arbed still having 6k gold in the bank.
Yeah, that's some.
Queuing up the Hex, but this is a bit of an ambitious smoke to make into a team. I mean, you're already 19k down. Without that 6k spent, you're effectively at much more than that behind this team that you're trying to fight into. And now go over to the shop. Did he pick up anything? We'll see in a second. They're going to go for this. Zai, he's the focus, but already the nuke's there. The curse is out for the setup. They'll start to get some of the hits off onto the Morphling. Quick comes across. He's been caught in brace, but the last guy is killing them all. They get them all. It's a big kill for EG. Can they get more out of this? Crit, keeping Arteezy at full health. Finally, Yapsa's able to pop the IO, and with the BKB worn off, Arteezy has to retreat. Pounces down to the low ground. Ramses throws his body in to try and draw attention away from the rest of the team. Secret, they're trying to chase, but already the rest of EG will escape.
They're doing a good job of at least addressing Matumba, man, but the amount of things that they're having to throw on him to bring him down, it's everything. It's the curse, and then they have to follow up with the lasso immediately on top of like a Mindbreaker hit to ensure that they can bring him down. And because of that, Nisha is just able to run rampant inside of the fight with Zai, just constantly pumping out that damage.
And it's going to be a lot harder for EG to sort of get away with this. You now see Lotusaurus being picked up by Puppey and Yapso. They've got these additional ways to protect Matumba Man and make sure that EG, even when they do commit everything onto him, there's going to be a lot of potential to save him and turn the fights around.
And even like the Lincolns too. I think now Zai also has a Lincolns on top of Nisha's. So we saw the Winter's Curse on top of that lasso. Now it's going to be guarded completely. We saw it, of course, get reflected, and that's why Ramses got held in place. But there's going to be so many different ways to protect each other now on the side of Secret.
Back up they go. Arteezy taking a huge amount of damage from the two of them as he starts to step forward. Nisha just resumes work, bringing down these barracks. The range racks will fall. They'll turn towards the melee. EG with just the three of them alive. What can they do to push them back? Arteezy tries to lead in. The Linkers will be popped. He gets him with a pounce on the side, but a force gets Zai back to safety. The bash there onto Nisha, but still there isn't quite the damage. He gets thrown up into the air. BKB looking for the lasso. They get it, but the Lotus again. It keeps him there. It's lassoed in place. Arteezy has to buy back. Fly uses the curse to try and set up for something as Arteezy is moving back over. Yapso's in. The burst from Matu secures a second double kill for the Morph. A second buyback out from EG. A Secret, they push on. They'll finish this second set of racks. It's a 26k lead, and EG, they just cannot deal with Secret right now.
They just have to commit too much to try to go for a single kill. How are the BKBs looking on the side of EG? They still have Arteezy's up at the moment. TA and Batrider on
Arteezy wants to start something with that BKB, though he's not getting a lot done. Again, Matu just combos down Crit immediately. Quick on, without buyback. A second kill for Zai as Arbed will buy back. Inside of the fountain, he's getting hit by the impetuses. Ramses, he's healed up, but they'll wait it out. They'll kill him off. A double kill for Matu as he's now dead for 85. They'll go towards the Mega. It's over. GG is called. Game 4 goes the way of Secret and brings the series to a 2-2. We've seen it already once from Secret before this series, an incredibly dominating game. They do it again here. Despite EG's best efforts to slow them down in the lanes, they adapt, and Matu, after such a slow beginning, has an incredible game on his Morph.
Yeah, we looked at like, damn, EG's lanes, they set it up really nicely for themselves, but Secret, they salvaged that just because of the way they swapped lanes and just moved things around, and I feel like, I mean, everybody actually on the side of Secret feel like they did so much work. Yapso getting a super early Blink Dagger, and Nisha ending 4-0 and 12 on this Lesh. I mean, that's why he was like, you know what, Matu, you're not going to play the Lesh this time. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to show you what it's done, and he played it like impeccably.
I mean, he did, and you've got. It's definitely worth looking back at that game, watching sort of the movements of Nisha and Matu, the way that they were able to farm out the lanes without being punished at all for EG for pretty much the entire mid game. It was incredible. They stayed on top. The farm was perfect, and the itemization from Secret as a team, these Lotus Orbs, Lincoln Spheres, got it to the point that EG, they had to use everything to kill off the Morphling, but being 20k down, just killing the Morph, it's not enough. And by the end of the game, they couldn't even do that.
It was so many defensive plays too. It was even the 4 stabs earlier than that when they were just bailing each other out, forcing all these aggressive movements from EG. EG, limited amount of lockdown on their lineup, really started to suffer and no way to really start a fight. It really started to prove. But yeah, the movements by Nisha I thought were genius. He's like, oh, Abed's just gonna jungle, I'm just gonna move mid, I almost kill the tower, go top, take top tower, go bottom, take these. It just fell from tower to tower to tower. Excellent movements by Secret.
Alliances turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Alliances turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Alliances turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Alliances turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Radiant team pick. Alliances turn to pick.
10,
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Alliances turn to pick.
Shadow Fiend.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Dark Seer.
Alliances turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Alliance's turn. Radiant team pick.
Life Stealer. Anti-Mage.
You may now select your heroes. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I don't think there's any other way to top Tsunami right there, man. That's massive. That's massive props. But yeah, Alliance, this is something different, Kyle. You asked for it. You got it. It's Jakiro, a Fada classic coming up. And as Alan was saying too, Alliance seem to have a faster tempo lineup than Asta. Is it going to be... Do you agree? Well, yeah, your facial expressions let me think that's not the case in your mind.
I mean, it's once again, look, I like that Alliance can actually, like, they can team fight. Vac into Jakiro Ice Path, no brainer. They have a Nick stun follow-up. You can win fights. 3-4-man Vac walls, like we've seen this before. The concern is that once again, like they have almost every game in this tournament, Astra's in control to win condition. You've got a last pick Anti-Mage, SCCC looking for that statement win that no one was capable of doing in that previous major final between Secret and EG, where both players ended up losing games with AM. However, here you don't really like to play up against Death Prophet too much, but at the same time, you kind of just counter Lifestealer. You counter Darkseer, and this removes Alliance's ability to just ignore this AM lane. Like, you want to be able to back lane, farm the Darkseer.
Look how Asta want to start us. Like, yeah, you want to come in and try and fight us. Now it's 2 on either side. Asta, make a choice. Which one do you want to fight? Hanskin's going to be the choice, and he only gets 1 stun over on the Shadow Shaman, who's already going to eat the shock off. Hanskin, 1 more attack. Mars, giddy up, boy. Giddy up.
So close. Like that. And to quote you on just the tempo, the thing is, Shadow Shaman Chen, you can do so much in the early game. Nyx Jakiro, these are way more geared to the late game in terms of supporting. And I'm once again just really concerned that Astra's going to get early towers. SF also the counter pick to DP, both in the laning phase and the game. Death Prophet wants to harass you with the drain, get up in your face. You're just setting yourself up to get triple nuked. And there's going to be a potential rotation from either support.
Well, this is a fun early movement from Fada. He's door breath and try and battle, but XSS blocking him and pushing him back with the God's Rebuke. Nico Baby actually going to open wounds this. They want to get some heavy early damage into XSS. Shadow Fiend doesn't want to get involved in this one, so they have to send Fade over, but XSS, he's just a couple of hits away, and Fada has managed to claim him. First blood to the Alliance safe lane, who will now TP back right now.
Oh, so much. They didn't even have an Orb of Venom. They just Jakiro.
Yep, dual breath.
Yeah. I love this hero. I've been waiting for Fada to pick it up. I think that this is, if not his best, top 3. He played it mid, he played it off lane, now he's playing it on the 5 role. And I really like the choice for him. It kind of seems like an anti-Astra hero, right? Just a big-ass AoE stun on a short cooldown. Like, this is what you're talking about. When these guys just keep crushing you in the team fights, should be able to help them out.
I love how Hanskett just walks up. I suppose he's going to get his mana back anyway, but he's underneath the tier 1 tower, walks up to stun up SCCC. Like that grand total of like 80 damage before. Like,
got him.
And it's like, yeah, I got you, and now I'm just going to take this creep wave, double it up. And then not be able to do anything about it. And Baboka, I suppose he's wasting the time of the chat. And that's the other hero that's been really like an amazing hero throughout this tournament. How does Baboka play this game out? Like, who's his focus? What's he going to try and do in this game? Apart from mess with the Nyx.
Well, it starts with just securing SCCC as free farm, right? And after that, you can probably look to get involved middle. I think that's your dream here, is because the thing about the DP-SF matchup, if SF gets a level advantage, you just start dominating Death Prophet because you hit for like 40 more damage at a point, and then you threaten kills with the raises. But so far, so good for Limp. He's doing a really nice job playing aggressive. If you're going to beat Shadow Fiend, you got to do it here, these first few waves before he gets the souls up. Still just one soul, because we did go for the nuke first on SF.
Hanson's going to get back to the lane. This is the level 2 Iron Shell wave that he's been hoping for. No, he's got like a lot of health on his creeps. He's got to take the aggro. But Iron Shell stays up.
And interesting, they body blocked that hard camp. SCCC placed a sentry to try to get it. They knew he was, so then they actually do block it with the sentry on the top left side, so that camp will not be available. The way you want to combat this spam pulling from the Alliance offlaners is to then drag the creep wave to these camps, increase the farm speed of your AN. If you can't do that, it's pretty annoying, and you don't get that super fast acceleration we typically see in a safe laner versus DS matchup. Mid, still the one to watch though. Look at this 13-6 versus the 10-1 SF. Still no bottle for some time either for our Shadow Fiend.
He's going to be okay though. Spending money is on consumables so he can stand in the lane against the DP. And SF, as long as there's some cash for him to work with, not that any support can do it. Once again, Hansen's got another double wave coming with him to the bottom lane. And I think Chen's trying to do something about it, but Baboka will TP back to the tier 1 tower.
Yep, and we've talked about this in the past, right? It's nice to do this because Darkseer, you utilize these early levels so effectively. He's got level 2 Ion Shell already. Now Hanskin's like, all right, I'd like to get my level 2. There you go. Yep. But it's really important that the DS gets up to 3 ASAP. Nico Baby. Nico Baby's getting outlaned top though. Kind of crazy when you consider they got the first blood on the Mars, but they're losing this lane. A big part of it is just the Rost is just such a strong hero against Lifestealer. You have some very low base armor, and the big nerfs to the hero really affected his laning phase the most with the loss of the base damage and attack speed, and Marsh just smacking him in the face with Buckler Orb of Venom. Yep. As we see.
No, but Father is starting to deny up some of the waves, so they're not going to get as much out of this lane as they probably would have liked. And Lifestealer's net worth is still pretty close to that of the anti-mage. Because Hansiker's just been a pain in the butt, really. 33's been farming up both jungle as well as getting these double waves pulled in towards him. And it feels like there's very little Shen can do about it. And even Rune Control now starts going the way. DD for Limp. He is actually half a level currently in front of SF. That's just because, like, I mean, he's half a wave behind him.
Dire structures are fortified.
Oh, they're really going in. No extra support. Crypt Swarm is up. Fairy Fire, stick charges. Shadow Fiend gets a lot more out of him. Hanskin gets a good stun off that. That will break Limp free, but he's heavily underneath the tower. He's burned both salve as well as the bottle. Nobody wants Hanskin. Can't really finish the job. Tron, great waiting out the Spike Carapace, making sure he's not going to actually help kill himself. But Death Prophet's not done just yet. Crypt Swarm's the wave once again. Shaman looking for a shackle target, and Death Prophet just turns around. Double damage rune, combining with that Spirit Siphon. Fade still wants something out of this. He didn't commit to the hold.
I mean, Limp is playing super well in this mid lane. It's just the only one they're winning is the concern. And Astra's so good, they're not allowing him to run away with it. If you get a kill here early, then suddenly Limp's got 6 up. Maybe he even starts to push the tower. Doing a really good job trying to keep the SF safe, but oh, it's dangerous.
Hold him.
Triple nuke.
Hold him. 1, 2, 3, raise. Fade is low, but Limp is up. Down he goes.
Where's the team? He's saying, where's my team?
His team's
Strongest
killing
hero.
Baboka on the bottom lane. Surging Hanskin forward. A quick Spike Carapace, making sure SEC can't do anything about it. Mana Void was not going to stop that kind of attack.
But Astra, they recognize, look, we don't really care about anything but our Shadow Fiend right now. Mars.
We're into the bulwark. Nico's trying to get around him, and
that is, whoa.
You like the animation he does on that?
Yeah, that is really cool. Of course, XXS knows some weird little trick that I've never seen before, but yeah, you have Bulwark toggled. There's no animation when you throw Spear behind you. It didn't even look like he needed to turn. That is really interesting.
Yeah, but not caught out, Nico, baby. Not by that shenanigan.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And yeah, it's just, at this point, AM just going to continue free farming. He's already got the treads, a Ring of Health, so the harassment from the Ion Shell is negligible. And the problem you have is, like, you left Limp alone for that split second. He ends up going down, and now the Shadow Fiend's right back into
Darkseer
it.
Walt's coming up. They're using the AM illusion, but the Mana Void Hanskin gets destroyed. But you have the surged up AM illusion, taking away all of his mana.
Yep.
But Baboku has managed to fix it up, because he is fighting himself at the moment.
Yeah, really nice play there from 3-3. You don't see many Darkseers get wall this early, but whenever you're playing against AM, you'll want to, because as you can see right there, all of a sudden, you actually do threaten those kills. It's something that SCC will have to make sure he avoids this entire game. You never want to give Darkseer your own AM, because Ion Shells, it surges it forward. Suddenly, the carry matchup has equalized. But again, checking out the net worth charts, SCC is on top. You got to be happy if you're an Aster fan. It's just a matter of, can they kill towers? That's what I need to see from Alliance here. You've got to get this mid tower. You have the Death Prophet. The ultimate is prepared if Limp wants to skill it. And it looks like he buys his own smoke to go try and make a play. I really like this
towards
maneuver.
bottom lane. Phage just TP down here. Hanskin's getting himself for double hit, and they got a lot of damage. Baboku is just burning in the Iron Shell, but he gets far enough away with the shackles from Fade. Hanskin can't keep chasing him. 33 is going to surge himself. He just Iron Shell burned down one, but now you're trapped. He has no way to TP out to safety, but now Death Prophet. She'll arrive, Exorcism up. And Fade, Spirit Siphoned. I remember this battle happening in mid with the Exorcism. Where's the damage going to come in? Jakira is trying to help out with the dual breath, but Limp is trapped behind the tower. He can't get out. He wants to help him. No Surge will do anything. SCC just, in fact, just mana voids him down. And Alliance are retreating. There are so many heroes from Aster looking to come to bottom lane to fight this.
I don't know if Jakiro dual breath is deniable, but Fade's pinging himself, asking to be attacked, but Fada does get that last hit. But this is what I mean, Alliance, like, these moves are readable, right? You're going in before your Death Prophet rotates. Limp is on his way, but you gotta give him that time.
Ice Path Wall. You're only making another copy of AM, but SCCC may not like this.
And once again, it's Alliance who are forced to do things, right? Aster could play this slower game if they would like, make moves just within rhythm, but hang on, maybe that's Triple C's in some trouble.
They're really getting underneath this tower. And with the Iron Shell burn, SCC has got no mana, he can't blink away to safety. He'll go down, and Baboka is also underneath this tower. The dual press will be able to connect while up on top. XSS getting battled down by Nico Baby. The arena will allow him to escape. The two causes, Limp comes up. But on bottom lane, there goes your Chen. And the tier 1 tower to attack straight after. Liquid Fire, you want to, as a Jakira, be pressuring these towers. And Lifestealer is almost number 1 on the net worth now. So yeah, it was a little rough. But Phase Boost is done. Armlet is coming.
And that's the right item build here as well. This is not a Radiance nor Maelstrom game for the Lifestealer. It is about raw right-click burst damage. That usually comes in the form of an Armlet Deso, perhaps Abyssal just after. You want to have that up ASAP.
Got a huge stack to farm as well. That's nicer for 33.
Yeah. And the way this matchup works, it used to be a lot more AM favored, but now with the Lifestealer getting the talent at 20 for evasion, it's very tough for the AM to ever really go just toe-to-toe if Manta's not active, because you miss so much, you're not really an MKB buyer.
This game feels so weird because it's not Aster moving around the map, making plays and controlling. Like they controlled every single outpost in the early game, and now they're doing something about it. Limp, they only tried to farm as the Deucer in the jungle last time around, and this time, once again,
it's the same move.
Assault is here.
They did this against the Deucer in the previous game, where they invade woods around the 10-minute mark, they put down a ward, they get the outpost, they get a kill. Here, of course, they only get the stack this time. Limp does escape, but Aster certainly still following that same script. And once again, have they been Radiant every game? They have.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They've always been walking uphill. But I don't feel like in this game, like there's no objective straight after. Like Darkseer is having, like 33 is a free lane on bottom now.
Yep.
Now the top 4 net worths, 3 belong to Alliance.
Yep.
That are unable to control all the bounty runes on bottom, and Limp has Nexusism coming off cooldown with the catapult wave in mid. If they want to keep this pressure up, Alliance can go for it. In fact, they smoke up. Vendetta is available for the next assassin, so you can also hunt. He triggers it instantly. So if you take the tier 1 tower up on top, and what Jakira is TPing in, Fada's T1's going to try and stop it.
Radiant's
Macropire,
middle
he just
tower
nukes
is
the
under
wave.
Really well done by Alliance. They're getting more damage onto the mid tower, and they rotate the right heroes. Lifestealer Jakiro can't get dove under tower. Now look at this. Juan in silence.
He really didn't want to TP in there. Hanskin was waiting in the shadow speed, dodges the attack, and now lets the ulti out for the spike canvas. That won't protect you, Hanskin, but Limp's already found the kill. But Limp can't get away from the arena of blood. Heavy damage to the tier 1 tower at mid, but a 2-for-1 trade-off.
Just over-eager there. Aster, they're not going to leave their SF on an island. Yeah, they get the kill, but the rest of the team ready to collapse. And SCCC, really nice rotation to ensure he's able to pick up those kills.
Radiant's
Finishes
top
Limp
tower
there.
is under
Nice
attack.
XP and gold booster for him. He's now back to the top of the net worth charts. Only the Void Stone recipe away from the Battle Fury now.
I'm still seeing Darkseid. Okay, well, watch this fight once again. So there's Hanskin right behind the tower, but
It's the little things, though. He takes, like, Chuan is just taking a little bit longer to die. If he gets a stun off there, dies immediately, you probably are going to get away before that Mars TP ultimate's able to go down. But the happy feet into the fear. Well played by the mid player. And I think he's really the only newer player on this Aster lineup. Everybody else is kind of confirmed as damn good.
33.
Darkseer.
no, he needs Hanskin to be there just a couple of seconds earlier.
Yeah. It's another game where I really wish maybe you go for the HOD, but I don't really know if you want to do that against the Chen, so it makes sense.
He's going back. He needs to give Alliance sustained a push.
Yeah. You got to play for that 20-25 minute mark. You got DP Jakiro. If you get a mech advantage too, you could theoretically get a couple towers, take a nice lead, and just think about going high ground.
Here's the hunt. A live stealer bomb that's delivered through Invis. Hanskin, also remember, Iron Shell and Surge. He can get so quickly into position. And it is another wrap around the Observer Ward. It's watching Chuan farming up. And down he comes because 33 is running forward. Only a level 1 Vac has the Darkseer wall. They don't get the initial stun in the arena of blood. It's up Hanskin and Nico Baby caught inside of it, but it's a good ice path and Macropire. But maybe Aster can back out of this. Both huge ultimates throwing down, and no one dies. It's just a full disengage.
But we've seen this before, right? It's Aster just cutting their losses. In fact, they lose the tower, sure, but no one else goes down, and SCCC is not there. It's 4 on 5.
He's got Battle Fury in like maybe 20 seconds.
Yeah. 13 minutes, Treads Battle Fury is not a bad timing at all. One of the faster I've seen recently.
Dire are
And you
scared.
got to be feeling good, right? This is, this is looking once again. You know what? Alliance still, they got the mid tower. This is the first game I've seen in this tournament where Aster lose their mid tier 1 first. That's huge. However, if there was ever a game it would happen, it's with the last pick Anti-Mage strat, right? So
it's this lineup that wants to play slower. It feels like Aster just have to reach that point where they feel comfortable and then they can win the grand final and move on to the major. But the best thing for Alliance fans who are tuning in right now is they can look at this and go, my team has a play. My team has something that they can try and do. And they're looking towards top lane. But they won't find anything. At least they can find a Radiant Observer Ward. They can get rid of that one.
Yep.
That's a fun position to put something in, but then again, don't go for it. 33, they're on all sides. The Hex is out, the mana is burning, and SCCC, Farder can't get there in time. He's gonna let out that Ice Path, and the Mana Void, and just that last attack damage gets through. So Darkseer will fall.
I love the Baboka creeps just walking around with the 10% hero resist and 30% damage aura. And I think the Wolf, yeah, he's like, SCCC, here's a service dog. You want to farm a little faster? Here you go, buddy. We couldn't draft Avenge for you this time, but I got you the next best thing. Bottom, they might like to make a play on the Mars.
It's difficult. Observer and Sentry for Radiant is looking at him.
Yeah, difficult is an understatement. And it looks like Chuan, he's going to have BKB as his next selection. I really like this build here. Just drums BKB. As soon as you have that, how's Alliance take you down?
They're battling for the outpost. It really feels like SCCC is just like
Nyx, hang on.
Just pushing the buttons, looking for the opening. This time they'll connect over on the stun, but will they have enough? Hand of God comes in, and SCCC getting a lot of life back in the silence. It doesn't last long enough. Baboka will be picked up as Alliance bring 5 heroes to the top lane. Looking for the fight, and how quickly does Hanskin get down to bottom? He's looking for both of those bounty runes. And he's going to get them too. Oh, okay, maybe he'll get one.
Yeah, but Nexus has no interest going up.
Oh, yeah,
the
he
top
will.
part of the map. Oh, wait.
Yeah, he will.
Hang on.
Does he want to fight?
Might look for a kill here.
Just looking at Hanskin. Like, do I want bounty? Do I want this?
I will say also, I love how much Fade plays the Shadow Shaman, man. I love this hero.
Oh, they're coming to fight. Arena of Blood is up. Hanskin able to get the first stun. Hitting the wall is not where he wants to be, but Jakiro is nearby too.
Get out of here.
Courier also flying in, not where it wants to be. Nothing on it, but a little mushroom wall pop. Massa wards it down. Hanskin trying to break his way free. It's a good silence coming in from Limp, but he can't save Hanskin. No matter how many Spike Carabas and follow-up stuns they get, but a Darkseer wall can be really good. Getting a copy of both Exorcist as well as Chuan and the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Fiend getting hit by all of his teammates as well as himself into the trees. Fade will begin his TP out. They don't see him and don't stun him inside the trees, but it nicks for an SF. That feels good, but Annie may just
It's also, look at where Aster take that fight, right? They're the ones making the move. They're not getting jumped in their own woods. Yeah, you trade Rasta wards, but you get the Darkseer wall, you get the DP ultimate, and look where Olympus forced to move to, right? The Ancient Camp, not an objective. This is what Aster is going to continue to look to do here. They only lose the one hero. It's a 1-for-1 trade, and they just buy time. They're the ones with the late game. They're playing around SCCC. That Manta timing could be everything. And again, go to the Rasta. I love this hero so much because it means that Fade playing anywhere with SCCC off map represents threat. Because a Blink-in Manta after a Hex, that hero is just dead all game unless there's someone behind him. And those Hex mechanics are still very undervalued in the patch, I feel.
They're going to Smoke Egg right now, and Chen's walking directly into him. This should be a very, very simple kill. Hilariously enough, the two guys who are ganking right now are probably two guys who had a little issue with each other because Fada stole the bounty rune from Limp and he had an empty bottle. They could have had a little bit more mana for it, but still, it works out as Chen walks up blindly into high ground.
So far, so good for life, but you gotta keep up the tempo. Your life stealer is huge. He's got the Armlet Deso timing. This is a super big power spike for Nico, but AM will consistently get 100 to 300 more GPM every single minute that this game goes on, and oh no.
Hex is out, and it's problematic for Nico, baby. The Arena of Blood's up too, and Nico being perfectly controlled by Aster, who once again, four heroes together.
He just walk up and I hope we have a replay of that, because it looks like Fade just straight up just saw him and killed him.
Nico's been playing around this area for the last like 5-8 minutes.
Oh, they had a ward,
it's been underneath the Observer and Sentry the entire time. So
that's such a cool spot for it, and this is something you see a lot of the top tier teams do, right? You know Alliance wants to play aggressive, ward your own side of the map. Find them playing in your own jungle, and they get that kill. That's so cool. And I will say the Aster's reusing a lot of ward spots, because this one in the Dire jungle, they placed this previous game as well. And it's providing, once again, excellent vision. You see both ramps, and he just straight
farming
up.
Ancients, straight up Hex.
I mean, it's the vision, though, because you can pre-click it. If you have to select target, then it's a reflex battle that oftentimes the life stealer can win. But well done by Fade. Right place, right time.
Line's being drawn, in fact, by Fade straight across the river. I don't know if there's everything north of this line, but Chuan, he's over the line. He's looking to build up his BKB. Originally, Limp had a BKB queued up. He's now gone back in for an Aghanim Scepter as his quick buy.
I don't mind that. It's just the most damage DP can get. Like all your spells all of a sudden start using ghosts. It helps the tower pushing.
They're starting Roshan. Desolator Armor is over on Nico. They'll burn the Exorcism. That's exactly how Aster was doing Roshan before. And we'll see if Aster want to fight. First creeps being sent in, SCCC. He does have TP as well as Mana Style, so he can jump over. But it doesn't look like Astro is going to contest.
Nope.
They're still ahead, right? As long as SCCC is #1 on the board,
look at they're still good. Like, after I said, he's jumped up suddenly to 2,500 ahead of the game. He gained 1,000 gold on everyone in 2 minutes. And not just that, you give away the Aegis, but the DP ult now is down. So Alliance can't really push as much as they might like to. Bottom lane,
Hanskin. There's no Sentry Ward looking for this. In fact, they sell it for the stun, create a copy of the Darkseer with the Darkseer wall. It's a good back Ice Path. Fade really burning out. SCC can blink himself away from this. The tier 1 tower will still fall to Fade's Mass Serpent Wards, which will now all be farmed.
Not bad. Alliance, as you can see, they're strong. This game, it's Aster who continuously flee from the fights. But you gotta keep trying to make things happen. It's gonna get a little harder. SF about to finish up his BKB. Suddenly, there's really no way to challenge him in the midst of these fights. And as you said, Limp, 1,000 gold away from that Aghanims. It's a really good choice here, I feel, because it's just, again, it's about damage. It's about ending the game soon. If you want to go for like a BKB, that's nice, but it's going to be actually ending the game that you have trouble with. So increase your offensive output and just hope you survive.
And I'd like to see if we can keep that Invis rune for the fight as well. Invis rune bolted up, Exorcism off cooldown in 50 seconds time, Darkseer Vac, Darkseer walls around the same time, and now Hanskin, he's got the meme hammer up. So Meteor Hammer ready to go from Nyx. They've got a lot of chain stuns. Now Your Scepter, Hammer, ready to drop it. It's coming down, and goodbye Baboka. This will be his 6th death. He's actually 50% of the deaths. Yeah, he didn't want to have that out there either. Even opening woundsing, making sure that Chen army doesn't survive. But any major illusions pushing in bottom. SCC is already creep skipping the mid. So there's no other choice for Alliance. They have to push the tier 2 tower up on top. But they have one of the best tower pushes. Jakiro, just keep liquid firing it and you'll push through.
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
¿Continúan esos? Ya.
En este momento no hay nada transmitiendo, ¿verdad? Yo acabo de abrir mi laptop personal y bueno, todavía no me muestra video. Más bien cada vez que cargo me aparece un puntito rojo que yo creo que es para expandirle el cuadro y se desaparece. Control.
Bien, ¿pueden ver ahí mi pantalla? Ya.
Espera, un ratito, Christopher. Falta que
Sí.
entre Rubén, creo. Un
No, sí,
ratito.
nomás que quiero darle control. Para que... Bueno, quizás sea un poco lento, ¿no? Pero...
Yo creo que mejor que nos indique por acá porque sí va a ser lento, por a través del Teams.
Ya.
Structures are fortified.
Bueno, con las pruebas que estuvimos haciendo, nos pasa de que hay freezing, ¿no? Se va congelando por ratos y demora en cargar también el link. Entonces, no sé, pensamos que quizás falte configurar algo.
Un ratito, a ver, un ratito, espera. Que entre Rubén, ahorita va a entrar seguramente. Por favor, un ratito. Es que Rubén es que quien está en Lurín ahorita y él puede darnos una mejor unos comentarios de lo que ha visto allá. Pero no.
Double damage.
Dire are scanning.
Ya, ahí entró Rubén. A ver, Christopher, ¿puedes chequearlo?
Sí, a ver.
Mi laptop descargó, por ejemplo, el link. Sí, demoró como 1 minuto y medio para que aparezca el video.
Claro, mira, Daniel, como nos explicaste, bueno, crear la escena, de ahí darle más a source, media source, bueno, se puede cambiar, ¿no? Stream, que sea, ok, quitamos esto, a input, pegamos, y
Ahí
ahí
nomás,
hay
ahí
algo
nomás.
más.
Ahí hay que afinar algo en el buffer o algo más. Por default, ya.
Entonces le doy ok. Bueno, se carga ahí, pero como ves demora en aparecer. Ya. Stream, ah, ya.
Source.
Ahí apareció. Ahí cómo estará. Bueno,
No,
estamos,
eso puede ser el remoto. Eso, o sea, eso no es una buena referencia. Ahorita el Christopher está por VPN y a su vez nos está compartiendo pantalla. Así que lo que vemos ahorita no es muy bueno. Habría que preguntarle a...
ya.
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 Christopher, ¿puedes hacerle un test de velocidad ahí, porfa, a esa máquina? Para poder ver cuánto tiene de subida y bajada a internet. Casi le hemos dado todo el poder a esa máquina, como ves, Daniel. O sea, podríamos, creo yo, descartar algún problema de internet si es que tuviéramos inconvenientes, ¿no? Tenemos 100 de bajada y 90 de subida. Ahora, tú dijiste que para emitirlo era clic derecho y elegir la tarjeta, o digamos, ahorita ya creo que por default ya está saliendo, ya está llegando el urín ya, ¿no, Rubén?
Sí, en realidad como es una tarjeta incorporada, por
Sí,
acá,
está
mira.
acá, lo estoy viendo, pero lo veo así congelándose, ¿no?
O puedes chequearte, Christopher, el procesador, la memoria, cómo está el porcentaje.
Bueno, acá indica el cuánto consume, mira, 8.5. Pero
Así
vamos a ver.
nada. $10%. Memoria, 50%. Tiene 8 de RAM eso. No, Ethernet es Ethernet. Ajá.
Sí. Bueno, negro, negro. Rubén, ¿está recibiendo o es mi monitor? ¿No?
Ahorita está en negro.
Sí, yo también tengo en negro mi laptop ahorita. Creo que es de
Ah,
origen.
el de origen. Ya.
Ya.
Creo que audio. Sí. A ver.
Ya.
Bien, ¿agrego o lo modifico? Lo modifico, ¿no? Media source. El buffer está en 2.16. empieza a picar audio.
En mi laptop tampoco todavía no carga. Yo me quito. Ya,
Ya,
ya me fui.
ahora refresco.
Dale control F, Christopher. Porque en remoto no sé si te funcionará el teclado.
Control F, ¿qué es control F? Ah, ya. Al inicio estuvo fluido, nos indicó el compañero que está en Urín. Y luego, pucha, habrá pasado cuánto, 40 minutos, así que quisimos nuevamente preguntar cómo estaba y ya estaba congelándose, ¿no? Veo que pica audio, pero no sale imagen. Y sí,
Dale el ojito a ver.
sí, ya, bueno, le doy no. Ahí está. Ay, se ve bien fluido, mira, con buffering de 16. Bueno, ya, de 16. Rubén, ¿cómo está ahí? ¿Eh?
No se escucha, Rubén. Escuchado, creo.
Activa tu micro. Se está congelando.
Ah, está congelado.
Sí, similar a como lo estás viendo, Diego, digo, Christopher.
Sí. En
Igual.
fibra no.
Ya, está así.
Ah, ya. También, o sea, también tiene que.
Ajá.
O sea, también necesitamos que un enlace entre nosotros, entre, digamos, em, entre tu organización y Media Networks. Necesitamos ese perfil. Ya. ¿Qué más se podría afinar ahí a un ajuste o algo? De repente, eh, no sé, ganar en fluidez y perder un poquito en delay y compensarlo, ¿no? O de repente en calidad. Ya, está bien.
Sí.
Está bien.